Hello everyone, Mast3r Zak here. Today we are going to be playing, there's custom loading music? Yo! Well, I was about to get ready to mute the song so that I could not get copyright claimed, but there's starting music that's different. Wait, hold up, this is crazy? Dude, look how much effort's going into the interval. Hold up, this is peak, chat. This is peak, this is peak. Look at this. There's like an animated thing. It's glitching out a little bit, but that just might be my computer. Dude, look at this. Hold up, this is really cool. But yeah, today we're gonna be playing the new Limbus Company Intervalo, Spring Cultivation. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right in. Hello Way, hello Bong Bong, hello Frozen Trees, hello Captain Ahab, and hello Magic J. Welcome to the stream. How are you guys all doing today? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's saying Limbus Company's not responded. Zach is finally going to go to school to learn how to read? Oh no. Hello, Alexiel. You did one stage of this Intervalo, so you can probably watch this whole stream without spoilers? Oh no. Dude, did a little funny song? Do. Hold up, this is peak, chat. This is peak. I know we streamed peak the other day, but this is actually peak. This is actually peak. Oh no. Only on Canto 4? Wait, what, Bong Bong? You're only on Canto 4? Oh no. You gotta catch up, or else you can't play the Intervalo. I don't make the rules. That's just what that's what speech. I can't speak either. No, chat, we're gonna lock in. We're gonna... Yeah. Bro, Sinclair does... Why... dude, I need to see the story of why Sinclair has to go to school, too. Like, that's what I really want to see. Like, why is Sinclair here? Why does he gotta be here? I don't get it. Also, hello, Flanday. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? How are you today? Peak company. True. Oh, no. Also... Hold up. Is it loading? My computer does not like this. I personally like all the flashy new animations and all that stuff. My computer, on the other hand... I don't know about it. I don't know about this, chat. Oh, no. It is still... Oh, okay. There we go. Let's go. And, chat, the Limbus 2.5 anniversary rewards are also here. Look at this, chat. Look at this. Yummy lunacy. Yummy lunacy. Yummy free extraction ticket. We're goated. Took you 5 hours to finish this Intervalo? Uh-oh. Zach, are you gonna waste time gambling and talking first? Maybe. Zach, please waste time. Oh no. Waste enough time so that Bong Bong can get all the way caught up? Cheeky, they're on Canto 4. I think that's gonna be a bit too much time. Real question is, why is Don Quixote teaching? She's like second to Faust in terms of collected knowledge over time. Like, she's lived, what, like 3,000 years? Like, that's like, yeah. You got spoiled by all the for all the cantos by accident. Oh no. You shall gamble as I have. True. I mean, to be completely fair... Wait, why is there only one? Where the heck is Sinclair? Why can I only gamble for Wei? Or Wei Yi Sang? Wait, hold up. Hold up. So you get a 3-star? Hold up, chat. A free 3-star? That's okay, that's actually kind of crazy. Free 3-star, chat. Free 3-star. Didn't this happened like once before, didn't it? With like Kurokumo Heathcliff? Hold up. Chat, we're just gonna get free 3-stars now. The death of 2-stars has given wake to a new era. Free 3-stars. Also, I love that time-killing time reward exchange is still here. Like, Buddy thinks he's on the team. Also, I did not... I said I was going to grind for these. I have not played Limbus Company since the last Limbus stream. I could not bring myself to grind for the time-killing time rewards. I'm sorry, chat. Like, that's too much, okay? That's too much. That's too much. I can't do that. Now you're asking for too much. Yep, he is stupid? What do you mean? What do you mean? Sinclair's an event reward. True. KFC Sinclair. True. But yeah. Also, I guess Ishmael is here. I guess that's the way that they're making it so that you can get the Gia Xichun Ishmael. Actually, I should check which IDs. Ooh. Yo. Event bonus units. Wei. Sinclair. Wait, what? Wait, what? You can use every Sinclair in existence? Huh? Why? Why? Why is just every Sinclair? I'm confused. Why is there no, like, Lord of Hongyuan, Honglu? Why is there no, like, Hyushu besides these two? Why is every single Sinclair here? How is Z-Way Association West Section 3 Sinclair gonna play into this Intervalo? How's Molar Boatworks Fixer Sinclair gonna play into this Intervalo? How is, like, Los Mariachis Jefe Sinclair gonna play into this? I don't know. Every Sinclair. Oh, no. Also, wait. You can earn a maximum of 120%. Can you even get 120%? Because this is 20, these are 40. Oh, I guess if you run these, you can get 120, but yeah. Huh? I mean, I guess this makes sense, because it's Sinclair, I guess, but, like, where's, like, Mao Faust? Where's Lord of Hongyuan Honglu? Is that how they're nerfing these IDs now? They're just like, no, you can't get any more bonus things with it. I was gonna, like, immediately dispense Lord of Hongyuan Honglu. Actually, that's not a good idea, because I don't have any of the people, I just realized, huh? Herbert. Why would he pick the one with a Spanish name to try and say out loud? It's just the eye. My eyes just went, like, saw that one and I had to read. Sinclair needs to be on the field? Huh? I don't know. I don't think we're putting Sinclair on the field. He's gotta go to school or something. Or something. I guess I'll do a poll. Like, I don't know why... Like, I don't really want to, but, like, I guess. Like, it's fine. I don't know. We'll do a poll, chat. If I get a... I should be saving for, like, the Arc Knights event, because that's pretty soon, but, like, I'll do a 10-pull, chat. That's fine. Also, if we get Wu Branch Yi Sang, that would be pretty cool. Or Lord of Hongyuan Honglu, because that's another ID that I need. Anyways, let us begin. Gambling! Please. Game, I mean... Okay, I guess I could just get nothing. That's true as well. I forgot that you could get nothing. Chat, I don't care. I don't really care about these IDs. I don't really care. You don't need to pull, dog? Okay, I won't pull anymore. Like, yeah, it's gonna make farming the event take longer, but, like, I don't care. Like, maybe I'll get... I was gonna get Lord of Hongyuan Honglu. And... Because I haven't gotten him yet, but, like... Why is he not getting event rewards? He's got... Wait, what? He's got 3 skill 3s? Hold up. 1, 2, 3? He's got 3 skill... Okay, maybe I do need to get this guy, chat. Maybe I do. Why does he have 3 skill 3s? Hello? What? Huh? Oh my gosh, literal, like, multiple paragraphs for all the support things. Huh? And then just, like, no, like, this panic type's normal. Why do you got 3? 3! That's crazy. Zach can't read? No, I can't. Anyways, let's continue. I mean, we could get Family Hierarch. Isn't she supposed to be, like, a really bad ID, though? I don't know. If only I could just take the Horse Yi Sang, because I guarantee you Horse Yi Sang's gonna be pretty good. He's Tremor? Why is he Tremor? Why the heck is he Woo! Why are there so many unbreakable coins? My goodness. What is this game even about anymore? He has 7? I'm sorry, wait, what? Lord of Hongyuan Honglu, 1, 2... Okay, this is not unbreakable coins. This is unbreakable coins. This is unbreakable coins. I don't know. You need the Hyushu to make him good. Okay, I don't really have that many Hyushu, so I think we'll be fine. He has 7 skill 3s? Huh? Wait, what? He has 7? If this unit activates a combo... Is that this? Is the middle one, like, combo? Huh? Oh my gosh, yeah, it is, look! He's got 7 skill 3s. Each one with a different, unique... Hyushu ID. That's crazy. You love Zach's idea of meta is gives me more points in the month-long event once. Exactly. I mean, that is, by definition, meta. Yeah. All Mao plus Ishmael, 8 plus 3? What does that mean? It only shows 3. You need the other Hyushu to access his other skill 3s. That's crazy. Anyways, it's time to... Wait, what the heck is... I guess I have to clear some stages, then. Alright, chat. The Family Hierarch. Wait, hold up. What's my team right now? Yeah, it should be good. This is my best team possible. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I'm stupid. No, it is not. Get out of here. Alright, yeah, this should be my best team possible. Let's go. Stages. The Family Hierarch's Proof. Let's do this. I ask you again, how many baths do you take a day? None, but I shower once every day. I don't take baths, I shower because, I don't know. I feel like shower is I don't know. I don't have a reason. I just shower. The hall was chill with tense air, and those present all sat in complete silence. Then there was Jia Yuanshu, with her lips slightly curled into a mirthless sneer. At the center of it all sat Jia Xichun, unsure of what to say next. Come to me, my Yushu! Destroy my enemies! And then just have her, like, kill all the people who hate her. Well, everyone. Jia Yanchun, seated next to the hierarch's seat, upon which Xichun sat, smoothly takes control of the situation, and begins the assembly. Honored heads of houses, lords of each family, their proxies, members, and... She nods lightly, acknowledging our awkward presence. True! Limbus Company! And little Xichun's guests, whose stay here at our H-Corp seems to be exalted without a foreseeable end. True! We finally have, like, a house that we can just chill in. You wanna know why this is, chat? Because the GOAT pilot is out there absolutely killing all of our enemies and carrying the red fraud Virgilius. That's because Pilot's there, chat. That's what they said, that's what they said. That's what they said in the Walpurgis Night, chat. The GOAT pilot. Isn't she technically from Q Corp? What's up with her acting like she's any less of an outsider than we are? Cause she's part of the family by blood? Are you stupid? Yeah, and did everyone catch that R, H-Corp? Regardless of everything else, the fact is that she hijacked the meeting from the get-go is ridiculous, especially with Jia Xichun, the family hierarch herself, presiding over this official assembly. Bro, she doesn't want to lead the assembly. She doesn't even know how she got here. She's as shocked. She's still like shell-shocked from the fact that she won. Clearly, she is using the pretense of assisting the hierarch to assert her own dominance over these proceedings. As we are all aware, venerable former GMU has always discussed with and confided in me about the matters of the greatest importance, the momentiousness of which steered the very course of H-Corp's prospects. Yeah, and we killed her. And we killed her. And we waterboarded her. We locked her in a prison cell. And now she's dying, slowly. We buried her 6 feet under the ocean floor. Gave her cement shoes. She's dead. You want that to happen to you next? No? I didn't think so. Then, shh. And let the true hierarch speak. Even after I departed the family for Q Corp, venerable former GMU has always written missives to confer such matters with me. Something about this smelled suspicious. But we'd already missed the window to challenge her presence with proof without breaking decorum. Thus, as it naturally follows that I would be the interior of venerable GMU's will, I shall be presiding over this regular assembly, which we will convene how to discuss and determine the future of H-Corp. What a grandiose and self-important introduction. It seems clear to me that she considers herself to be the main character of this scene. Or something. Yo! Chat, we got the flustered board member! Wait, I'm gonna be so for real? The NPCs have a lot more design in them. Look at that guy. Dude, this is not your generic NPC. He has character, chat. He's got character. He kind of looks like Wario, actually. Your grace certainly befits your station, Lady Yuan-jun. We are all impressed by your utmost dedication to the citizenry of Hongyuan, despite your already saturated schedule. Obsergious. Obsergious board member. What the heck word is that? Obsequious? Is that a Q or a G? Obsequious? 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 Obsequious. Is that a real word? Is obsequious a real word? Obsequious. Obsequious board member. Okay. Xichun! I don't really care about this guy. We can hardly thank you enough for your magnanimity, Lady Yuanjun. My parents, a true shame that they couldn't be here, have always sung praise of your experience, Lady Yuanjun. He killed his parents. Yo, it's Wang Zhao! Shout out Wang Zhao! I forgot about this guy, if I'm gonna be honest. But shout out Wang Zhao. Responses from the participants are just as protracted. Only what is this word? Obsequious. Obsequious? 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 What the heck does this word mean, chat? I know I'm probably, like, butchering it, but, like, what is this word? Obsequious. Is that a real word? Like, I don't know if it would be a fake word, but what does it mean? Only obsequious instead of arrogant. As heads of some of those houses were under investigation for consorting with the forces foreign to Hongyuan. Uh-oh. Their vacuum was filled by their children's generation, many of whom we had the pleasure of meeting during the Family Hierarch War. True! Just Google it. You don't know, Zach, but go on and repeat it some more times so I can finish stage 3. True! Very well, then shall we welcome Xichun, the next person to sit upon the seat of Hongyuan's family hierarch? Greetings, I am... Now, let us begin. For many years, all those who have gathered here have toiled day and night for the eternal prosperity and growth of H-Corp. You shouldn't be saying that word anymore. Eternal? Everlasting? Immortality? Nuh-uh. We got a new H-Corp here. None of those things anymore. Xichun's expression immediately sours as Yuanjun unceremoniously cuts off her self-introduction. First on the agenda for this assembly are urgent discussions and passages of new major policy items that have been tabled for far too long. Distributive contribution rights, auctioning policy, quarterly amnesty policy. Hold on, big sister Yuanjun. Xichun didn't realize we're gonna have to do politics. Uh-oh. Xichun, this is what the hierarch is all- the seat of the hierarch is all about. You gotta listen to the bills being passed. You gotta listen to the new laws. You gotta sign them in. You gotta participate in the political structure. Passing the distributive contribution rights policy would allow the open auction for any remaining rooms the day before reconstruction days, and the quarterly amnesty wouldn't do anything but give unfair advantages to certain families and high net worth individuals by guaranteeing them large real estate assignments regardless of their performance in the previous quarter. Never mind! I mistook your game, Xichun. She's goated at politics, actually. She studied this. While you were busy studying the blade, she read the books. Hold up, she might be goated. Xichun stutters a little, flustered, before continuing. My point is, these policies are going to rattle H-Corp's economy the moment they go into effect. Besides, these policies were pretty much drawn to favor lining pockets of a select few families and high-ranking offices of H-Corp. If I may, venerable hierarch, lining the pockets? That is quite an odd turn of phrase to refer to the bare minimum of respect the society might repay to its highest contributing members, don't you think? She's the hierarch, we gotta kill you. I think the hierarch should just be like, we're killing you. Oh, before we continue, Xichun, I'm not entirely certain if you are aware, but ever since the ascension of the new family hierarch, the perceived value of Hongyuan has been racing to the, for lack of a better word, rock bottom. Clearly, this demonstrates Hongyuan's concern and its lack of faith in the newly appointed family hierarch. Therefore, it naturally follows that our most urgent task at hand is to put a stop to this value and reputation freefall and restore prosperity and greatness to Hongyuan once again. She's like, how dare you not pass these laws? Yeah, okay, and that's the family hierarch's job, right? Why are you... If you had pursued H-Corp's Articles of Ascension, you would have known that, should H-Corp be deemed in a state of crisis, the four great houses and the board of directors' voice may also carry a de facto power in the assembly. And the board of directors, that's us, has determined that we are now in a state of crisis. I have determined myself that we are in a state of crisis. Therefore, I am activating my state of crisis powers. That's crazy. State of crisis? What crisis? Everything that led to my ascension to the family hierarchy was legitimate, down to the final approval. Technically you don't have the worm in you, but true. These unseemly rumors and slander are tanking our value, which we have built up assiduously through years upon years of toil. So, what is this, if not a state of crisis? And who wouldn't doubt the new family hierarch's qualities, when this decline has coincided precisely with her ascension? Jie Yuanchun was somehow turning the room against Xichun, without presenting a single shred of evidence, portraying her as some burdensome hierarch who was single-handedly tanking H-Corp's value. Bro, why would this tank H-Corp's value? Just call in your friend Jia Kui. Bro's gonna just, or I guess Kong Kui. Bro's gonna come in and be like, hello, I am here. And then the value's gonna skyrocket. Who would even doubt us? No one in the assembly, not a single representative from any family's presence, stepped up to point out how Jia Xichun's swift actions were what finally repelled the outside forces that had marched right up to Hongyuan's front yard, or how she deftly maneuvered her forces to quell the embers of war by quickly taking control of the chaos within Dangyuan Yuan. She hadn't shown any glaring signs of incompetence since her ascension, despite her relative inexperience, but everyone in Hongyuan's board of directors, the heads of each family, averting their eyes as though all of that had somehow, inconceivably, slipped their minds. So you take yourself to be a qualified individual for that responsibility, Xichun? Very well, then proceed. We are all waiting for you to begin your briefing before the assembly regarding the last 30 years' quarterly net revenue records for Hongyuan's singularity-related businesses, your calculations on next year's fiscal debt forecast, and the exact recipe and variation numbers for the boluses that have been registered in the last 5 years. That's, the Venerable Hierarch has not received that data prior to the meeting. You must all be aware of the chaos that followed the ascension. We are still indexing all available materials to... Isn't that funny? Not once in the history of Hongyuan has the family hierarch ever failed to provide immediate and detailed answer regarding Hongyuan's historical statistics. Yeah, that's because we killed the worm! You wanna know where all that information is? You wanna know all that information is? It's curb stomp bleeding out in the remains of Taikan Temple that we flooded, along with every single other of the Shiren. So if you wanna talk our historical statistics, you know, maybe you should take a dive and find them yourself. Jie Yuanchun must have known all along too. She must have known how the previous family hierarchs were all directly supplied with an immense repository of information through the Shihang worm, or something of the equivalent. Wasn't it the Anamna worm? I don't think that makes them happier, Zach. Well, that's a skill issue. It's not about being happy. They want a show of power? They want a show of dominance to show that the new hierarch is fit for her position? We killed all of your previous rulers. Single-handedly, might I... Well... Yeah, no, single-handedly, might I add you. The previous hierarch is dead because of us. You wanna talk, oh... You know, people are scared that the new hierarch is not as powerful as the other ones. You want us to rule with an iron fist? You know, maybe what Hongyuan needs is not happiness. Maybe what Hongyuan needs, or at least Dangyuan Yuan, is a slight iron fist to get these 4 families in line. You want to rule by fear, Zach? No, but I think it'd be really funny if Xichun did for like the first week. It's like, oh, you're talking back to me? Die. And she's using it to target Xichun's weakness, knowingly asking questions she, the first family hierarch without an Anamna worm, couldn't possibly answer. The responsibilities tied to the venerable sheet of hierarch Jiamu are matched only by the greatest power bestowed upon it. Thus, how are we to leave the matters of the wing to someone who is, so evidently, unprepared for the task? Given the present circumstances, our hands may be forced to call to vote the motion of no confidence. Oh, want me to show you confidence? And then the what are they called? What are the warriors called? The Xichun, all like, they all like come in and they, she calls the Xichun in. And then they're all here. The motion of no confidence? A motion of no confidence, when passed by the high-ranking political office, can result in the removal of a chief executive from office. Hong Lu did it though, not Xichun? That's what I'm saying. Xichun didn't do it, but we're right behind her. We're like in this room too. All I'm saying is they want to start picking a fight with her. Like we can just come in and be like, hey, no, this is our hierarch. I think that's what we gotta do, chat. So they're going after Xichun's power. So this is the picture Jie Yuanchun wanted to paint. Impotent family hierarch stammering and stumbling through her first meeting, to the total and near unanimous lack of support from the H-Corp board of directors. All I'm saying is if we got my goat Wang Dawei and Shi Yuha in this room right now, they would rally behind Jia Xichun. All I'm saying, my goats would have her back. My goats would have her back. Like, unironically though, Wang Dawei would, just because he only cares about selling his products. So unironically, Wang Dawei would have her back. And we could, and Shi Yuha's goated. Shi Yuha's goated. Yeah, I'm sure the family will love her being backed by these random people. Also, we can't stay here forever. Yeah, and then when we're gone, we just have the Hyushu just sweep in, and like if they ever try anything, it's like, bah! We send the crow Hyushu at them. Bah! Bah! We send the horse Hyushu at them. And like, what are they gonna do? That's right, roll over and die. Whatever jargon they're on about, seems to me they've got not an ounce of respect for the lass or us. Never trust twats overly obsessed with numbers and optimizations. They'll be the first ones to kick you the moment they no longer see you as useful. You're not the only one who's pissed off, so can you please stop shaking your leg for a second? You don't need to make our frustration any more obvious, you know? Bro is like trying to summon Dullahan. Oh, Dullahan, heed my call! Boom! And then he like stomps and then... My butt would have left this chair long ago if it weren't for this, lass. If it weren't for what? Oh, the fact that he can like have his leg bounce? True. They don't have crows? I thought they had crows. It's a chicken, not a crow? Oh. Never mind, I'm definitely not concentrating on whatever the heck this is with Mast3r Zak in the background. Oh no. Motion of no confidence would be a banger ego name? True. In H-Corp, should the board of directors unanimously vote in favor of the motion, certain parts of the family hierarch's power will be removed. It is entirely possible that she will be a hierarch in name only. The Queen of England? The Queen of England. Oh, so they're threatening to fire her unless she falls in line. This is some needless, convoluted way to... The Assembly will now consider the motion of no confidence. Are there any objections to bringing the motion of no confidence against family hierarch Xichun to the floor? My goat. My goat. Chat. It's time. It's time. They didn't show either of them in the trailer because they didn't want to spoil it. Because they didn't want us to know that the goat's here. Hold on. The vote of no confidence isn't an item you can invoke so lightly. The Shi family has no objections. This guy's the head of the Shi family? Get out of here, Shi something. We don't want you here. We want our goat here. The Shi family does have an objection. And the person to say that objection is the goat of the Shi family. The one that made it a lot farther than you, by the way. I didn't see you getting like 2/3 of the way through the hierarch thing. You got bodied first floor by us, by the way. That's what I'm talking about. We need him here. We need him now. My goat! Shi-Yuha! Come on, come on. Let's say the Wang family has no objections either. You're not my goat either! He made it much longer than you did! He brought Shi-Yuha back from the grave! Where's my goat? The true head of the Wang family, Wang Dawei! Where are my goats? Where are my goats? Who are these frauds representing the 4 families? That's what we need a vote of no confidence for, to kick these frauds out of here. Both Shi-Yuha and Wang Dawei got replaced. This is awful. We gotta start a whole revolution, chat. We need to break down each family bit by bit until the true leaders can rise. Until the helium balloons that are Shi-Yuha and Wang Dawei can rise to the surface, breaking free of the cave that they're trapped in. I don't know why there are balloons in a cave, but like, they gotta break out. I don't remember anyone from the Shu family, if I'm gonna be completely honest. So, hi Shu Baochai. You're just kinda here. I have no beef with you. The arrest of the previous family heads seemed to have changed precisely nothing. Those in power were more youthful faces, but their tongues still carried the same old resistance to change. The new family heads were just as uncooperative as ever, and everyone seemed to be solely interested in staying in Jia Yuanchun's good graces. New faces, same old. And Don Quixote! I don't know why Don's here. And needless to say, Heathcliff wasn't the only sinner fuming with rage. Wait, chat, it's Yuri. Chat, it's Yuri. She's mad that they're disrespecting her girlfriend. 'Tis far too vexing to simply watch and do not. Right? I knew you wouldn't let this slide, Don Quixote. They're walking all over Xichun like she's not even here. Forsooth, we cannot let such an injustice transpire unbatted. Hey, seems like we're both on the same page. That's it. I'm not gonna hesitate to make myself heard again. This time, I want to be courageous. With your help, Don Quixote. Yo! Wait, the 2 strongest sinners in theory? Sinclair with the Mark of Cain, and Don Quixote with her second kindred, potentially first kindred, the hierarch of the Monchagins? Hold up, chat. Like, mix the two, mix Megalovania and battle against the true hero. The 2 strongest forces. Come on, let's do this together, okay? Very well, I'm in agreement. Yeah, then let's go on 3 at the same time. If there are no objections, 1, 2, the assembly will put this resolution to vote in a month, and 3. Here, objection! Bloody hell. Oh, oi, have you gone mental? Sinclair stood tall at the center of the entire room's undivided astonishment, alone. She betrayed him? No! Hold up, what? Dawn betrayed Sinclair? Hold up, chat. This is tragic. This is tragic. Dude, this is unironically something that would probably, like, happen to me. Did Zach slam 3 Red Bulls? No, I just woke up really, really early. And I actually, like, was productive today. Don Quixote, still... No! No! She pranked him! She pranked him! Don Quixote, still firmly in her seat, gazing upon Sinclair's proud stand, and rubbed her nose. Young Sinclair, thou hast evolved indeed. What an unmitigated pursuer of justice thou hast become, with such unrelenting fervor, and an utter disregard for decorum. No! Oh no. Certainly, my efforts have been finally borne fruit. What? What the hell? Did Don Quixote or Heathcliff suddenly rub off on you or something? No, wait, no! No! No, she put him up to it! She put him up to it! She's getting Sinclair to do her dirty work! Oh no! Don Quixote switched up. Sinclair wouldn't have done this to you. True. What happened there, Don Quixote? We were going to... What happened to objecting together? Huh? I had taken thy suggestion to mean that we must voice our dissatisfaction through the official channels, borrowing the titles of the illustrious Red Gaze and the Department of LCC. Oh no. Disputes in succession of power on such a high level of government are hardly ever resolved with rash grandstanding. Wouldst thou not agree? Oh no. Why are you normal all of a sudden? Oh no. No. What do they do to my boy Sinclair? Oh no. Lad, what just happened? What happened to the clammy, meek boy? Well, that's... I guess I just assumed that this is how Limbus Company rolls now. There seems to have been an unexpected outburst from Xichun's guests. Again, not her fault he didn't realize Sancho was fronting. Oh no. Withdraw your objection, and we will consider this a momentary loss of control, and not entirely as an official statement. It was, Nah, then you lock in. That's how you stop, like, the embarrassment would be to withdraw. The truth, you gotta lock in. Sinclair's eyes were shaking, like someone with his life on the line. If not, I take it that you have full confidence in her abilities. So please, I encourage you to elaborate. When and how will Xichun demonstrate her aptitude for the responsibilities of the family hierarch? His voice continues to shrivel into a corner. Dude, I would honestly, like... I don't know what I would do. This is like actually a horror situation. He can't. And how could anyone? How could anyone, when we all had a very clear view of her path to ascension? During the family hierarch evaluation, Jia Baoyu donated the coins he received from Jia Kui to you. Essentially, you pity-partied your way to victory. Pity-partied? And for your ascension, Jia Kui and those outsiders from an upstart company had to almost literally carry you to the seat. Had there even been a single victory attained by your own hands in that entire process? Ah, but have we not all been witnesses to the qualities she exhibits during the family hierarch evaluation and her own ascension? You must have no shame, shaking your forked tongue in the audience of both heaven and earth, like an unwitting buffoon. Hold up, chat, hold up. This name is Red. Chat, you know who else's name is Red? You know who else has a red name? That's right. That's right. My goat. She. You. Ah. Come on, please. That's when quiet, even footsteps broke through Jia Yuanchun's merciless dismantling of Jia Xichun. Oh, it's Zygong. Hi, Zygong. I mean, to be fair, she hasn't really done anything yet, so, hi. The Pinky! Uh-oh. Hi, Zygong. Hi, Zygong. Everyone say hi, Zygong. Yet, I see the point. The hierarch, with her grace, needs only demonstrate her already established qualifications before all. This is no place for an outsider to speak, but proceed. Just how will she prove herself before us? Dude, any member of the Pinky, it has been shown that any member of the Pinky can literally solo all of Dang Yuan. Like, literally, I'm so sorry, but, Li Hang killed, like, all your soldiers, and, like 3 Hyushu. Kong Kui slaughtered Li Hang. Like, all I'm saying, dude, she's with Kong Kui. She probably got some crazy stuff. What an odd statement, coming from a fellow outsider who's been chattering for minutes on end. Forgive me. I could only presume from your verbosity that the right to speak in this forum was open to all outsiders. You have said it yourself, no? That the vote of no confidence resolution will proceed in a month. That seems to give the venerable hierarch a month to regain the trust of each family. What? It is rather clear to me that there are many who find their own defeat in the family hierarch war difficult to accept. Such a doubt is easily resolved. A match between clans should lay out the results quite obviously. Very well. A fair challenge between clans, which would preclude the participation of the family hierarchs Hyushu packs and the Jialan guards. So, you would remove her Pao and Ju before the game even begins? Why not make this test a series of sparring matches in both academia and martial arts, if such is the case? Cannon, chariot. Ha! What audacity! Do you truly have that much faith in Jia Xichun's abilities? You must know the consequences of failing these matches, no? It would be a unanimous, one-sided end to the vote of no confidence, and naturally, any and all rights appertaining to the family hierarch shall be transferred to the board of directors. That is fine by us. You are free to choose any champion whom you see fit. Unfortunately, your underlings don't seem to share your inflated confidence. But in the midst of the confused, flabbergasted silence from the other sinners, a clear, carefree, yet defiant voice rings out. Hong Lu's retort. Yo, he's got like a normal frown now? That's not true at all, big sister Yuanchu. We actually have just as much confidence in Xichun as she does. He's got jokes. He's got jokes. His wide eyes stared directly and unblinkingly into Jia Yuanchun's. It occurred to me that this might be his way of expressing anger. Impudent child! How dare he stare me down like that? Then you are welcome to try. 1 month. You have but 1 month to prove before all in audience that she is, indeed, fit to be the family hierarch. Should you fail, the vote may as well be a mere formality. In other words, should she successfully prove herself, none of you shall again rightly challenge the independent rights and powers bestowed upon the family hierarch. Then the consequences of such recalcitrance would be no different from those that the traitors are facing, wouldn't you agree? Well then, we will excuse ourselves now. Wait, I'm... Zygong turns towards us with that same mysterious smile, and slowly directs us outside the assembly hall. We may call them sparring matches, but you must know that each and every one of them is a test to prove your claim to the seat of the family hierarch. A month is a time far too brief for drastic improvement, regardless of whom it may be. Learning from a proper master for 10 months straight might teach you a few things, but who knows how long the search for one such master might take, not to mention the official channels through which you must bring them past Dangyuan Yuan's walls, which may take up to 2 months. Why not relent now and relinquish but a part of your powers to the family hierarch, to the board of directors? It seems that this fellow outsider's mental facilities are impressively lacking. My lord has spoken in the past that when in the presence of 3 people, at least one of them is bound to be a teacher of mine. Yo? My lord has spoken that when in the presence of 3 people, at least one of them is bound to be a teacher of mine. I don't know what that means. Chat, what does that mean? And here they are, aren't they? Jia Xichun's masters, each carrying something new to teach her. All 13 of them. Zygong gestured confidently toward the flabbergasted sinners, and the assembly came to an end. Dog, she might be cooked. She might be cooked. I don't know. She might be cooked. Uh-oh. We might be cooked, chat. We gotta teach her how to be a hierarch. Something none of us know how to do. Actually, no, we just need to teach her how to beat people up. Never mind. We're good at that. We are actually goated at that. Yo. The family hierarch's proof. 12 teachers. Didn't she just say 13? Chat, it says she has 12 teachers. Does that mean Gregor the Fraud actually has nothing to teach? Think about that, chat. Think about that. Gregor the Fraud He's got the potential to teach her. He has the potential. We were planning to train Xichun anyways, but it seems that we are now under unexpected deadline. Hey, when you said the LCB was going to help me out, did you guys mean that you were going to publicly humiliate the crap out of me at the assembly? Haha, of course not, Xichun. Big sister Yuanchun's an old snake. You're just giving her 30 days to set up the perfect stage for my downfall, to prove to the world that once and for all that I'm not qualified at all to be the family hierarch. But Xichun, weren't you always so good at humbling everyone who dared underestimate you? Not so much anymore. Back then, like an idiot, I thought I just had to hold on with everything I had. I thought that's all I ever had to do, but now, she doesn't have her worm powers anymore. Wait, chat, this unironically power scales baby Xichun higher than Jia Xichun. Baby Jia Xichun unironically is power scaled higher than Jia Xichun. That's crazy. That's crazy. They've officially confirmed in canon that baby Jia Xichun was a monster that should be feared by all. But now, things are different. It's true that I'm vastly underqualified to be the family hierarch, and she's right. I pretty much lucked into this position. Xichun, don't tell me that woman's stuff actually got to you. Well, she wasn't completely wrong, right? I'm just some kid who happened to be just good enough to survive some traps and ambushes. I'm afraid that the responsibility of the family hierarch might be too much. Her self-confidence has significantly decreased compared to the observation from our previous interaction. The heck, Xichun? I don't remember you being this kind of character. What happened to the girl who looked down on us the moment we met? You even had the audacity to pretend not to know who we were, didn't you? Where'd all that confidence go, girl? That actually got under her skin back then, huh? So, Xichun, what do you want to do? Are you sure you're okay with this? Are you okay with letting this happen? If I let it happen, Big Sister Yuanchun's going to continue expanding her influence here. I'm sure she and the board of directors have been cozying up to each other for a long time. Just kill them! Just kill them! Like, okay, I'm gonna be so for real. Okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but you have to think about it for a second. And people are gonna be like, Zach, you're like crazy. Like, Zach, don't say this. Oh, you shouldn't say things like that. But if you are trying to change a previously insanely corrupt organization, in this case, Hongyuan, or Hongyuan, or the controllers of H-Corp, if you are trying to make a corrupt thing less corrupt, and previously, the people who were in the corrupt thing would try to just kill each other to gain positions of power, you can't come in and expect to play nice with all the people who have built up this environment, who have gotten to their positions of power by killing all these other people. You have to kill them. Like, if they stand in your way. If they try to save themselves and join you and keep quiet and stay down, that's one thing. But if they directly oppose your power, you can't be the better person. You have to, in the very first part, if you're trying to make a drastic change to a rulership, to a form of control, and the previous form of control was evil and sick and twisted and corrupt, you have to start by being slightly more evil, sick and twisted and corrupt in like the first like month, right? And then you can get better. But the first month, you have to take out the trash, basically. You have to take out the trash. You have to like, and if they're like, you know what, we're gonna be chill, we're gonna be fine, we're not gonna do anything crazy, that's one thing. You don't have to kill them then. But if they start opposing your rule, you have to make an example out of them. You have to kill them. Or at the very least, strip them of their title and cast them out. You are actually right? Yeah. See, this is the issue. When people try to do good things and shift power structures, you can't do that by immediately being good. You have to be a little bit bad. And the issue is a lot of people don't want to be a little bad. A lot of people don't want to be a little bit bad because they're like, oh, I don't want to do this bad thing because that's what the other bad people who were here before did. So I'm going to exclusively do good things. No, the entire government is already made up of those bad people doing those bad things who've grown up in a system, who have made their power by doing those bad things. You have to nip it in the bud, you know? You have to, so that the flowers can grow, you have to cut off the growths. You have to cut off the, like, welts on it. I don't know. But Zach, that just leaves the opening for new corruption to replace the old? Not if you have an iron grip. You need at the beginning, you need an iron grip. And then you need to appoint people to the places that you believe would actually follow not only you, but your ideals. They can't kill the biggest threat because she is tied with Q Corp, who will seek revenge / start a war. Everyone else is just kind of there. That's true. Huh. That is true. That makes sense. Cast her out! Actually, yeah, tell her to go back to Q Corp. Say, get out of here. Strip her of her title and send her back to Q Corp. Easy. Is the implication that her testament on her influence were true? Because, alright, you want to know what's going to happen? Even if Xichun proves that she is able to be the hierarch of Hongyuan, Xichun is not going to stop. She is not going to just be like, oh, well, I guess I was wrong. Anyways, let's follow your rule, Xichun. She is going to be a thorn in her side until the day she dies. So my advice would be to expedite that process. You know, get her, you know, if she's going to be a thorn in your side until the day she dies, well, you know, maybe speed it up a little bit. Yep, it's true. Before she left for Q Corp, Big Sister Yuanchun used to always accompany GMU to these assemblies. If we just let them hold the vote of no confidence, they're going to unanimously vote against me and slowly reduce the family hierarch's scope of power. And, who knows, they might even call for a re-evaluation. However unlikely that sounds, that's exactly what they're going to do. That would greatly insult her and therefore Q Corp? Okay, and Q Corp doesn't want to start a war of a city war. Q Corp doesn't want to start like a Q Corp versus H Corp. They're gonna get offended? Okay, the tariffs are gonna go up. Big deal. That's much better from the perspective of Xichun than her getting stripped of her power and then immediately being, like, killed. Because what are they gonna do once they strip her power? They're gonna kill her. Like, it's not just like, oh, you're gonna get stripped of your power. No, we're gonna strip you of your power and make sure there's nothing you can do about that. We're going to kill you afterwards. You gotta... Oh no, Big Sister Yuanchun fell out of window in a freak accident. True! Like, yeah. Q Corp would have the advantage because H Corp is in disarray right now. True. You said they wouldn't start a war? I mean, they might try to, but, like... Just kick her out and deport... Like, okay, if you kick her out and deport her, that's different from killing her. If you do... Like, Q Corp will be offended, but, like, they're not gonna start a war over just, like, one woman. Like... Unless... Wait, who is she dating in Q Corp? Or married to, sorry? Is she married to the ruler of Q Corp, or is it just, like, one of the executives? Because, like, one of the executives, like, that's... Like, I don't know. Besides, Big Sister Yuanchun, I think her definition of Hongyuan's prosperity might be different from mine. Exactly! What she's looking for isn't H Corp's prosperity, it's Dongyuan's. And I know that this all has something to do with its ties to Q Corp, which I bet has already been going on for a while, just under my radar. I'm sure they've already had plenty of tasks behind my back. Tasks, you say? Which is not the kind of vision you have for Hongyuan's future, right? And that's why you spoke up against her. My vision for Hongyuan is... I want to change H Corp to be the kind of place where people can live without fear. And to do that, you have to make the people in power, not the people at the bottom, not the people in the middle, not even the people at the, like, the cusp of the top, the people at the very, very tip of the top, to make everyone else live without fear, you have to flip it. Because the people at the very tippity top haven't been living with fear, and everyone else has. You gotta flip it. Everyone else isn't living with fear, but the people at the top are. That's the only way to change it. I just never imagined I'd have to prove myself like this. And in only 30 days. 30 days No, that's 30 years. I'm stupid. 30 years it took to happen. 30 years it took to rise, but on the floor. What? Five Nights at Freddy's, something. Even then, your vision hasn't changed, right? It hasn't. Great. So it's decided then, huh? We just need Fao to deliver the bad news to Sade. So, to summarize, the responsibility of training Xichun to win these matches, these amorphous tests upon which hinges the family hierarch's fate, and almost every facet of which is entirely under Jia Yuanchun's control, by the way, and is probably a trap, within the next 30 days, is ours. And we have to explain that to Sade. Wow, that sounds like a lot of work when you put it like that. Post-mortem reports have become quite rout. Sometime later. Prithee, thou must impress upon the illustrious red gaze that 'twasn't mine idea this time. Oh. Oh. Whoa, okay, Sinclair. Dawn ran to the teacher. Dawn had an idea most ingenious with Sinclair. And then Sinclair did it. Dawn didn't do it and ran to the teacher and told on Sinclair. Uh-oh, bro is locked in. Oh no. Sinclair stared blankly at Don Quixote as she made her desperate pleas towards Sade. Oh no. Yes, I understand that as well, for the 8th time. As always, Sade was wearing the same refreshingly incomprehensible smile. Somebody said incomprehensible? Almost like that smile isn't really there, and that there's nothing there? The kind of smile that makes people increasingly anxious the longer it lasts. Which is exactly what nothing there does? Nothing there makes people increasingly anxious the longer they're near it. Increasingly uncomfortable. Hold up. Well, that gives us about 30 days, during which those sparring matches, tests, whatever, will be happening as well. Great, then let's give it our best. Hold up, chat. Hold up. Limbus might be playing the long game. No, ProjectMoon might be playing the long game. Hold up. She might be nothing there. Sinclair mutters in a near whisper, clearly feeling responsible for what happened. Yes, I understand. I never should have stepped out of line like that, but something just... Yeah, so let's give it our best. I totally agree. We messed everything up again, and what? Limbus Company was always going to remain here and assist Miss Jia Xichun's acclamation herself to the responsibilities of the family hierarch. It was always part of our plan. Well, I sure am glad I took Foss' advice on how meticulous planning is completely pointless when it comes to LCB's missions. I never would have had to submit 9 separate disciplinary incident reports back at the J-Corp incident had I known. I believe I should be able to explain this further. Prior to his departure, my lord was concerned that such a thing would come to pass. That is why he has left Zilu and I here to look after the new family hierarch's position, which must still be on rather thin ice. Oh, so that's what they were privately talking about when he pulled them aside. Doing nothing and allowing her wicked machinations to progress would have irrevocably made the entire board of directors naught but putty in Yuanchun's hands. And that would have led that snake to de facto assume the seat of family hierarch. Wang Zhao forehead theory. You might be cooking, Agi, you might be cooking. Again, such an insidious foe who wields intrigue as her weapon. The most viable strategy is the most direct one to challenge her head-on. Besides, has this not given you the excuse you needed to prolong your company's stay in Hongyuan? This is also a prime opportunity for Xichun to further solidify her influence here, depending on the outcome of the vote of no confidence. They have played right into our hands by accepting this deal. So, I don't want to raid on everyone's parade, but are we not even going to consider what might happen if we fail? No, we are not, because you will not fail. Not with us aiding your efforts. Again, like I was saying, I'm pretty sure every member of the Pinky is stronger than most of Hongyuan, aka Yuan. So, like, if worse comes to worse, they can just solo. Also, were you seriously back there when you said that we were all going to teach Xichun? All 12 of us? She said 13! She said 13! I wouldn't object to selecting only a few of us with better aptitude to be educators. That means Dante is gonna teach as well. Dante's gotta teach. I mean, okay, to be fair, not many people, not many young people know how to read a non-mechanical clock. Not that many young people know how to read a non-digital clock. Sorry, a mechanical clock. Not that many people know how to read a mechanical clock. They only know digital clocks now, chat. They only know digital clocks. Dante's teachings could be the make or break between her securing the vote of no confidence. If she pulls up and goes to Hua whatever and says, hey, what time is it right now? And she points to the mechanical clock. And Hua something goes, I can't really read that. And then let me check my watch that has a digital clock in it. And then Xichun says, no, I can. That says, like, 8:25. That might secure the votes that she needs to survive. Think about it. And, by the way, we already have an established internal hierarchy based on the sum of each of our abilities. Of course, the results weren't entirely to my satisfaction due to an unexpected incident. True! Don Quixote #1! Let's go! Miss Otis, that is a statement mirrored in narrow vision, rife with factual refractions. I am of the stance that the qualities of a good teacher are defined not by such statistics. So, you must be the one who placed last in the scale. Don't give him that look of pity. I mean, he did, but, like, that face is that... Oh, no. That's such a, like, mean face of pity. No, don't do my boy Yi-Sang like that. Just don't say anything, bud. Best not to stand out like a sore thumb. Yi-Sang goes, actually, I was second to last. Gregor over here did not even place. I may have overreacted, then. My lord has said that, from the virtuous we may learn to replicate their merits, from the flawed we may learn to avoid their fallings. As long as the student is willing to learn, anyone, anything can be a teacher. What about like a rock and a twig that's on the floor that you can't touch and you can just look at? How is that a teacher? I also, to embrace this teaching, seek from all those who who we come across. Just what in the heavens are you doing? Aha! I am preparing a lesson plan for young Xichun, our family hierarch. Wow, you sure got on that fast. So what are these yellow wormy things here? Aha! 'Tis a star, twinkling in its radiance. According to this schedule you have prepared, the student would have -3 hours available for sleep. This lessons plan's execution will require cooperation from T-Corp. Oh no. Gah! 'Twould be a mistake most fatal indeed. I shall correct it post-haste. Oh no. Probably like 70% of Gen A doesn't know how to play Minesweeper. True! But chat, you know, if you know about me, you would know. I know how to play Minesweeper. I don't mean to brag, chat. I know how to play Minesweeper. Zygon was staring at Don Quixote's expression of her wild artistic merit upon the curriculum with her usual crescent moon eyes. Wait, is that supposed to be Zygong's grimace? Of course, each to their own, I suppose. I need not be shaken by every little thing until we have their actual lesson plans in hand. Hey, thanks for putting your faith in us, Zygong. We barely have any of that to go around ourselves, so I understand it couldn't have been easy. You could say that I have learned my lesson. The recent events have taught me that the path of learning is truly one without end. Oh no. Are you good at Minesweeper yet? Are you good at Minesweeper, Zach? Yes. Yes, I am. Do you have something against objects, Zach? No, I'm good at shapes and colors. You play Minesweeper in school? Yo. Me when I go to school? Another student? Dude, they really do be having, like, school. What the heck? Whoa, why is this so tall? What the heck? Oh, wait, is this just a continuation of the previous one? Yo, that's cool. Another student. Also, there's text here. I don't know what this text says. I can't read. Period. I was gonna say I can't read Chinese, but I can't read period. I see that you have all individually worked on your lesson plans, as per Zygong's request. Yo, wait! Zilu unmasked, chat? Zilu unmasked? Yo? Wait, I thought her other eye would have been like a bandage? Like a eye patch? But no, it's just her hair? She's just got her hair in her eye? Also, she's got a little bunny pin! Look at that! Yo! Dude, she's just chilling here? She's like casual style, just here? Hello, Zilu? I have received a total of 12 lesson plans. Hold on. Shouldn't there be 13 of them? Even the executive manager has decided to spare their precious time to teach a class. Yeah, I handed in my lesson plan too. The Banui pin? You love her? True, she's got a Banui pin. That is because... so who didn't do their homework? After a brief silence, everyone turned around and looked at one of the sinners. Dude, Heathcliff would do his homework, though. Like, let's be so for real. Heathcliff would 100% teach a lesson. He's teaching a lesson on how to turn your opponent's head into a baseball. It ain't me. Oh, please, at least try to make a compelling argument. Who else other than you could it possibly... it's me. You, Sync? You've been acting out of character a lot recently. What's going on? Well, that's, Sinclair was drenched in sweat for some reason. Huh? Why is he drenched in sweat? Is bro, like, getting telepathic imagery sent to his Mark of Cain from Damien? Is Damien sending photographs of himself to Sinclair? Hold up. Actually, In Sinclair's seat was a large stack of papers, each filled to the brim with writing. Sinclair, are these papers? Whew, I'm done. Sorry, I got too into making a lesson plan and just couldn't stop myself from writing. Whew. Sinclair couldn't have appeared more proud as he placed the big bundle of sweat-soaked papers in Zilu's hands. And she received it with mild trepidation. You seem to have dedicated quite the momentous effort in drawing up this lesson plan. What's up with her? Let's start reviewing the first of the stack. 108 Analytical Approaches to an Aesthetes AAA. What does AAA mean, and how do you plan to explore all 108 approaches in a month? Appreciation of artistry in assassinations. Oh no! Oh no! He got Ryushu to do his homework! Uh-oh. He got Ryushu to do his homework. Appreciation of artistry in assassinations. Bro's locked in? ... F you. Went too far. Right, sorry. Flip a page and continue reading for those 108 approaches. What paint did you use? It's quite viscous and the paper has partially melted. Lady, watch yourself. You almost got some on my arm. A painting? Huh? Zilu? Entails. Entrails coating the world? Heh. Now you know how aesthetes appreciate the artistry of slaughter. Just what the hell did you paint in that paper? Hey, get it together! Zilu stumbled briefly. Whatever was on the paper must have given her quite the shock. My mind wandered for a moment. This is too dangerous to be used for a lesson. Thus, it goes to the discard pile. Weak sauce. Weak sauce? That's Ryushu's work, not Sinclair? That's what I'm saying. Zilu crumpled up the paper without hesitation and tossed it out of sight. Next. Intro to Societal Reintegration. Impressive title. Chapter 1. How to shake hands with your left hand when the situation calls for it. Huh? Chapter 2. Exploration of exclusively long-sleeved fashion practices. Did Sinclair just have everyone else write for him? Wait, I'm confused. What? Or did he just base his work off everyone else? Chapter 3. Projecting confidence and why having a bug arm is totally cool. That's, you know how it is. Be proud of who you are. All that philosophy stuff. Oh wait, this isn't Sinclair's work. Sorry. This isn't Sinclair's work. This is her reading over everyone's stack of paper. I see. I wanted this lesson to give a bit of paradigm shift, where we can all come to see our flaws not as failings, but as evidence of our individuality, which will usher in a world where we can carry on with our lives, no matter what kind of arm we have. Discard it. Next. Zilu quickly flipped through the pages. Intro to Denigrative Linguistics, subheading, The Power of Words, Sticks and Stones May Break Their Bones, so let's add words to the pile? My credentials include the ability to dress down an opponent so hard that they fall on their knees and beg me to stop. I have plans for application as well. This lesson teaches methods pertaining to disguising compliments in criticism and vice versa. All of this seems rather difficult to learn. I have concluded from my hitherto observations that Xichun is an individual of great promise in this field. Oh no. Follow my instructions to a T, and I guarantee you that this cadet shall be able to have the upper hand in any verbal confrontations. Is this a curriculum to make me the best brawler or best family hierarch out of me? Zilu seemed quite interested, but Xichun's vehement veto eventually overruled the suggestion. On Justice, another impressive title. Subheading, Methodologies of Captivating an Entire Room of Preoccupied Audience. Discarded. Fee on thee! Wherefore? Next. Praxis of ego splitting concerning inter-mirror conflict between the self and the reflection, paradoxically fractured theory of idealism in which one attempts to open an unopening door to open the door. Ye sang be spitting? Utterly incomprehensible. Discard. Perhaps Miss Ryushu's advice to truncate the lesson title should have been taken in earnest. Survival and Exploration. 21 reasons to pay attention when the exploration team leader is giving advice on the upcoming adventure. Case study for 30 horrible mistakes that occurred because the team was distracted during the leader's lecture. This is going to be Ishmael. How to track down a troublemaker who tries to sweep trouble under the rug while the team leader isn't looking. Tries to sweep? Did someone say sweep? Hold up, we might get our goat. Someone ignored my advice that we should have been moving 2 steps ahead. Finally, I've narrowed it down to 3 culprits. Wait, I forgot to take that part out. And into the shredder it went. When did that paper shredder get here? No, we've got the idea shredder. The concept incinerator. No! The art of using yawning as a cover for popping a cookie into your mouth. Especially useful when getting lectured. Hey, if you get good enough at it, you can do that with nuts too. Ah, so it was you who made those crunching noises in our last meeting. What? Nah. Do you take me for an amateur? The art of social maneuvers. How to let it flow through you. How to not make things awkward when you walk right into someone bad-mouthing you. The most important part of this art is to flash a refreshing smile in a way that looks earnest. It helps when you convince yourself that smiling is what brings good fortune. Smiles have a way of disarming people, giving them pause and making them hesitate. I remember that, Big Bro. Big Bro used that technique to confuse a lot of Hongyuan people who hated him. I see. I can't quite bring myself to throw this into the shredder. Next, how to remain in complete stillness for a week until the next command is received, Mersalt. This lesson plan was designed based on Rodian's advice that I must prioritize strengths that are unique to myself. Look, in my defense, I didn't know how he considered that to be his unique strength, okay? The design of Zilu Unmasked grew on you? Yo. When Dawn teaches Xichun, she tells her about the past being a La Mancha Bloodfiend? True. Let us consider whether standing in complete stillness for a week is a quality that one might seek in the family hierarchy. This one is certainly interesting. What separates bravado from bravery? Jack nothing. Sort off and grab your weapons. Yep, always gotta read the full print. Ha! It's my philosophy that the reason don't necessarily need to be considered before coming to blows. Martial prowess is indeed an indispensable part of the family hierarch's qualities. But our focus is not on developing a hierarch of a syndicate. Next. Information disparity as the driver of inequitable treatment. Oh, huh? That's actually the most interesting sounding one so far. And the application of engineering frameworks. It's fast. Okay, it's kind of losing me, but I'm still on board. For systematic resolution in rational self-interest, Gesellschaft-driven societies, and... Is it still going? That was 1/5 of the full title. It seems that the same trouble has hindered both you and I. Yo, the Riz God, ye sang? Every word in that title was added for its absolute necessity. Indeed, indeed. Yo! After she had gone through the majority of our lesson plans. Ha, finally. Now that that's over... Yes, it is. It's finally my turn. A phew. Sinclair sighed with the gravitas of someone who's just been bestowed with the most important mission in his life. Thinking back, even back in school, I used to daydream about becoming a teacher myself. I thought I could be good at it. Sinclair, you do not want to be a teacher. They do not get paid, like, anything. They have to, like, do, like, homework. Like, it's not a good job, Sinclair. My mom's a teacher. Do not become a teacher. It's, like, it's not good. Nobody, like, everyone who wants to be a teacher because they want to, like, oh, I want to, like, help people learn. I want to be like, no. If you want to be a teacher and you want to help people learn stuff, be, like, teach, like, a lesson. Don't, like, become a teacher. So, I guess you could say that I'm pretty happy to be given an opportunity like this. I call my lesson, The Theory on Self-Overcoming. We may have to accept that everyone stumbles at first, but by always striving to be a better person than I was yesterday. Hey, but what if I like who I was yesterday more? Oh, true. But what if I like who was yesterday more? True! If only Rhodia would kill more people to start the revolution. Sinclair would get bullied by his students. True. I mean, no matter what, if you're a teacher, you're gonna get... Well, I guess it depends on the age range. Maybe the teachers in the PM universe are paid well in this dimension? Ha! Ha! No way they would be. There's no way they would. Have you seen the city? That's okay. Everyone has their own unique potential sleeping deep inside. So, with everything I've learned and experienced so far, let me teach you. Let me teach you how to not doubt your own capabilities. How to always shoot higher. Hold on. You had me for a second there, but what's up with acting like you're an infinitely more enlightened person than I am? Ah, of course. I've prepared a speaking class where you can learn how to speak with modesty, too. I never would have imagined Sinclair would be this into it. Yeah, too bad he's so into it that he's not even listening to what Xichun's saying. Following that, your company. It seems that Zilu has completed her review. Oh, I see. Now, how's everything going, everyone? Class prep going well? Stop, my curriculum most is special. Okay, so that's a no. That was Sade's impression upon taking a quick glance at Don Quixote, who was sobbing and cradling a shredded pieces of her lesson plan in her hands. Well, it wasn't a complete bust, at least. Sinclair's lesson plans survived. Ooh, Miss Zygon, Miss Sade, I prepared a full 30 days worth of lesson plans. Would you like to take a look? But Zygon and Sade weren't looking at the dozens of lesson plans Sinclair presented so proudly before their eyes. They were looking away. Zygon especially was looking away with an unmistakable expression of pity. So he doesn't know. Would you mind explaining this, Zilu? Uh-oh. He doesn't know, chat, he doesn't know! I could not bring myself to tell him. Apologies. So, this young man produced this entire sizable stack of lesson plans all on his own? I see, weakness has found its way into your heart in the face of such earnest effort. I understand. However, it has been decided that Sinclair will not be participating as one of Xichun's teachers. Or should I call you Pupil Sinclair, to be exact? Haha, this has gotta be a mistake, right? Isn't Xichun the pupil here? No, there haven't been any mistakes. My lord has specifically instructed that you are to learn from this as well. Sinclair's gonna join the Pinky? Hold up, chat! Wait! Hold up! Think about this, this makes sense. There's no way that Kong Kui doesn't know about Damien's group. Think about it. If Kong Kui knows about Damien's group, he knows that it could potentially be a threat to the Pinky, or to his plans. So why not take Sinclair in and try to like, kind of groom him to be part of the Pinky? Think about it. Think about it. Because, like, he already knows about Damien and his, like, goals. Think about it. What? What? Seriously? Oh no, Sinclair and Xichun. They're in class. They gotta go to school. This isn't right. Guys, this isn't right. Now this looks like a proper classroom. It would have felt pretty dang empty with just Xichun sitting there all on her own, don't you think? Besides, I bet Sink's the resident expert on going to schools, right? School was a luxury for me, you know? Yeah, maybe, but that doesn't mean I ever wanted to go back to school. You should learn to be grateful. I don't dole out my teaching to just anyone. Don't forget, we have to redo the whole lesson plan under their supervision. Otis, you always get on your soapbox and try to lecture everyone about something after every single battle anyway. And you, Ishmael, you always get hyperfixated on something. Once you find something interesting, you never stop talking about it for 3 hours at least, and... I will ensure that you receive the best education I can provide, Sinclair. Hold on, Yi Sang! I thought we were the underdog duo! Remember during the checkup when I said we got this? We were going to get this together! The evaluation painted a twisted picture of the true scale of strength, the sole measure of which erroneously relied entirely on physical might. I shall not hesitate to impart knowledge on those who require education. Congratulations, my lady. You have found yourself a deskmate, which some also call a bestie, depending on your desk placement. Uh-huh? Deskmate? Bestie? What the heck does any of that mean? Uh-huh? Xichun's eyes widened with confusion, as though she just heard those words for the first time in her life. Oh, right! Because she didn't have friends before, because they all tried to kill her. Oh, no. When I first met her, when she was 16, she explained to me that she hadn't attended any school-like institutions. This is par for the course for children of Hongyuan, who are raised for the purpose of becoming the next family hierarch. The reason being that schools can be a perfect place to assassinate someone. So, deskmates and besties? Sinclair began to explain, seemingly resigned to the fact that he was essentially going back to school for a month with the other sinners, as his teachers. Usually sit next to each other and help one another out. Chat, all I'm saying, remember who was Sinclair's last deskmate/bestie. That's right, it was none other than the one who grips Cromer. Like, the leader of Nagel und Hammer. A bestie might nudge the other awake when they doze off, share their homework with one another, if one forgot to do theirs, they usually end up being included in the best memories of each other's school time. They also share basement keys with each other and show each other their scary monsters that they have in their basements. Maybe not that part. Oh no. So not very important at all, huh? I think I got this on my own. I don't need a bestie. It may have come a few years late, but I am moved that my lady finally has a chance at experiencing school. Same here. I remember it like yesterday. Xichun would sit and watch other kids walk to school from a distance, tears welling in her eyes. Dude! Oh, that reminds me. One day, out of nowhere, she started saying something about eating from lunchboxes with friends. I haven't a clue as to how or where she even heard about it, but she snuck into the kitchen and... wait! Don't you guys have a lesson plans to write? Come on, hurry up! 30 days are ticking down! We've only got 30 days! Of course. Unfortunately, I have become quite occupied with another task of great importance. Assisting Wei with indexing and reviewing various documents that are in critical need of organizing. Thus, I must leave the lesson planning up to you two, Zilu and Miss Sade. Have you any thoughts on this matter? Slacker. What was that? I said nothing. Oh no. He wants to groom that, yes, to join the I almost call it the pencil, the pinky. I thought this was a hockey. What the heck is this symbol? Wait, what? School? Wait, school? I'm as shocked as you guys. School? Zilu and Sade appeared to have aged several years overnight, their face shrunken and shallow. Finally, after referencing the idiosyncrasies and various statistical data available to us regarding each sinner, we managed to come up with an appropriate curriculum. Miss Zilu? Apologies. See, chat, Zilu has bags under her eyes, but Sade doesn't. Sade doesn't. You wanna know why? Because Sade is nothing there. Think about it. Sleep deprivation has relieved me of a clear mind. The path of an educator is truly a grueling one. Marching to battle would be much easier. Still, thanks to Mr. Giaqui's methodology you shared, we did manage to find a way to make this quite efficient. All I'm saying? Now nothing there has access to all of the sinners' histories and all the information about them. All I'm saying, that's not good. Efficient, huh? To be a true family hierarch, there are dozens, hundreds of virtues one must understand and master. However, to do so in 30 days, as promised, is an implausible effort. Thus, we have categorized the countless virtues into 3 super categories. And they are called... Huh? What are these supposed to be? Shi, Yong, and Ren. Shi, wisdom. The wise lose neither people nor words. To hold one's silence in need of speech shall cost them people. To speak in need of silence shall cost them words. A reasonable sequence of logic. Yang, courage. The ability to overcome fear, to act decisively. Have too much of it, and risk becoming a brute. Have too little of it, risk becoming a craven. It needs harmony and balance. So, how far are we allowed to go with corporal punishment again? I recall no instance of any discussion regarding corporal punishment. And Ren, humanity, is the benevolence of the heart, the compassion, the compass of behavior that dictates respect towards every human. Clearly, most of the facilities of this school are severely lacking in all 3 of your criteria. Just how do you think they'll be able to teach the students anything? Yeah, like a certain someone who needs a lesson in Ren. Are you sure I'm in good hands? Just what the heck am I supposed to learn here? Where's Wei? Mr. Wei and Miss Zaigang are currently quite preoccupied with handling the monumental task of paperwork. Ah, right. Mr. Wei wanted me to deliver this message to you. Be strong, my lady. way! True, the message is be strong. Despite her protestations, the 30 days of classes commenced. Yo. Hold up! New gameplay mechanic? Hold up! Sinclair? There's a Sinclair mode? The Sinclair button? Hit the Sinclair button, chat, and then he appears. What, like, Sinclair, but there's the morale? Dude, this is literally Umumusume. What the heck? This is literally Umumusume. What the heck? Dude, this is crazy. Okay, these are her slots. Rupture. Rupture poise. Some stuff, yeah. This is her. Why is there a Sinclair button? That's so funny. Combo? What the heck does combo mean? What the heck is this? Combo combinations. New gimmick? This is peak. This is a mandatory class? Okay, this is a mandatory class. Got it. Begin class. Resume classes. Don't show this message again. Confirm. Yeah. My name is Yiseng. My name is Yiseng! I made the mirror! It was difficult to fly broken wings. True! My name is Yiseng. My name is Yiseng. That's all. The class I have prepared for the day. I've heard plenty about your mirror tech, which makes me wonder. Going by the level of advancement in that technology, couldn't you have approached it from a different angle? Huh? You know how technological advancements usually goes. People invent for the sake of creation, only to have their invention inevitably warped into weapons of destruction. Indeed. You show much promise already. As you surmise now, the mirror has, in the past, almost been employed to shatter possibilities instead of reflecting them. I'm sure that's the angle most others wanted to see happen. Removal of potential risks sounds much more palpable than potential itself to some people, after all. Correct again, yet destruction was a word that bore too much suffering for my heart. My sole egress from it was abandonment of my quandoms, fellows, and my life's work, making myself a fugitive from the past. How did you bring yourself to just abandon it all? I conversed. With whom? With myself, that lies within me. As you are aware, the mirror's reflections extends beyond the veils of our own reality. It reflects the potentialities, the latest strength, and the world. The latent strength. Yet, even among them, the reflections of the greatest importance is that of the self. Let not the innumerable words of the mirror enchant your gaze. First, one must direct their studies inward and reflect upon oneself. Try to get everything 800 for the achievement? Okay. Uh-oh, what the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? I learned how to be more true to myself by looking in the mirror. Xichun has grown. Yo, Sinclair has grown? Now, if you are prepared to explain what you see in the mirror, you needn't haste. For some reason, Xichun appeared to hesitate before the mirror. Hey, you know, it's been a while since I looked into the mirror for so long. My lady, do you recall Hongyuan of the Shi family who contacted you for a meeting? Yeah, the guy who said he was gonna show me a precious flower that blooms only at night? I remember you were vehemently against me going out there, so I stayed inside. I wonder what kind of flower it was. It was an assassination attempt? Don't tell me you were actually looking forward to meeting him, my lady. She's got a little Xichun plush, chat! Look at that! She's got a little plushie of herself. Look! The Xichun Fumo is real! Of course not. You were wise to stay inside. It was revealed that you weren't the only person who was invited, my lady. That vile man had hired a group of assassins to ambush the meeting spot, and would have been waiting there to spring the trap you had you gone. But apparently, He was outplayed, and his limbs and head torn off as punishment. What a relief, isn't it? I guess. I'm glad I didn't go, Wei. You were right. If only you still had the Wu branch under your control. Stop it. We agreed to move on from that, remember? We don't have to talk about it. Oh no, I was brushing my hair and looking into the mirror as we were talking, but I realized that I had no longer recognized the girl in the mirror. I don't know why, but I just found it so hard to meet her eyes. But I brushed it off because I had to. An experience like that was going to be a common occurrence anyways, and the family hierarchy war was looming on the horizon. Perhaps what you felt then may have been shame, but it is paramount to face oneself nonetheless, nay, especially so if it was. And Sinclair, what do you see? I see... Well, I just see myself smiling. I don't see what's so out of the ordinary. But it seemed like Sinclair couldn't really bring himself to face the mirror. Hey, after what we just discussed, I think I understand something now. Now that I've had some quiet time looking at my reflection, I think I uncovered a part of myself I've had hidden away for a long time. Yo! Zach, by the way, your progress saves if you leave this node? What do you mean? Why would I want to leave this node? I'm confused. Yi Sang making out with Sang Yi again? True. Also, hello Isaac, welcome, how's it going? Also, hello Key Lime, how are you today as well? Oh, feel free to end the stream whenever you want, because you won't lose progress. Do not worry. It's only been like an hour and 40 minutes. We are going to be streaming for a lot longer, chat. Let's go. Dude, look, it's little Sinclair. Dude, there are going to be so many cool sprites and so many cool, like, symbols that are going to be added to the Limbus Company image directory wiki so soon. It's going to be so peak, chat. It's going to be so peak. The node is long? Uh-oh. I had a very precious time learning to converse with my inner self. Let's go. Class Metaphysical Approach to Ego and the Reflected World. Leveled up to Expert. Let's go. Xichun slash resistance. Yo! She has less slash resistance now? Let's go. Or more slash resistance? I don't know. We can... Wait, what do we do now? This node is gonna take 2 streams? Oh, is this node all 30 days? This node is all 30 days? Wait, chat, should I add this? Or should I add another Dawn? No, I shouldn't. I can only add this. Chat, this is the one with 30 days. Uh-oh. How do I tip-top moral? Oh, look at the Xichun Fumo! It's colored now. Also, combos imply that those sinners have some chemistry, meaning it's basically an official shipping chart. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that, just because, like, you could just be really good friends. Think about it. Like, you could just be good at teaching. Also, there's, like, literally, like, every single sinner chemistry combination. It's fine. Read, Zach? The whole Intervalo? Oh. Ahem, 'Tis true that a station of teaching is prone to imbue oneself with a sense of bashfulness. Sinclair and Xichun both sat with a bit of apprehension as well. Which is understandable, given what Sade told them sometime before this lesson started. You can only add 1 professor in the 3 session, except when it's the tutorial. Nah, there's something missing. There's some missing, Zach? Oh. Some time ago, Otis, who'd been glaring daggers at Don Quixote for a good while, finally decided to voice her doubts to Sade. So, what is Don Quixote, that woman, supposed to teach? Have you not considered that her usual flippancy might only cause more trouble than it's worth? Dude, Otis is a professional hater. Dude, Hop off, Don Quixote! My goodness! Every single time Otis is on the screen, there's a 50% chance she's just gonna be just hating on Don Quixote for no reason. Let this woman breathe, my god! You worry too much, Otis. While she may not look it, Don Quixote is extremely well versed in those adventure tales. And why would any of that matter? Have you yourself considered that fixers often appear when history is in the making? Let us see here. Don Quixote took a second to savor the moment, as though she had been preparing her whole life for it, then continued. Amongst the greatest fixers whose honored names were engraved in this history, verily, let us commence this lesson with the tale of the fixer Yu Fei. This tale beginneth in the year... Sometime later. Are you done? Just how can she continue to talk at such length? She's been going for ages. Thus cometh the time to test thy dedication to this class, and the knowledge that should naturally come with it. A pop quiz, if thou wilt. Oh no! Don Quixote's the type to do pop quizzes? Chat, I don't know if Dawn can be my favorite sinner anymore. She does pop quizzes? Oh no. Pure evil. When she even find time to prepare this? I can assure thee, 'tis a quiz of entirely reasonable difficulty if thou hast paid attention in class. Worry thee not. Does this pop quiz have prizes? Aha, but of course, I came prepared for such inquiries. For each correct answer, I shall bestow upon thee from the very treasure chest of mine. These precious, precious fixer badges. Forsooth, I did not let a single day go in which I did not polish each and every one of them. On 3 separate occasions, at the very least. Oh, never mind. She's giving away her badges. Dude, she's so nice. Never mind. Never mind. I don't know. I don't really need them. Heh, hold thine applause, for there is a bonus reward for the victor who, by the end of this match, carries more badges. Thou shalt attain the role of a protagonist in this theatrical play of mine making. Fixer Chronicles Yu Fei. 'Tis an opportunity of a lifetime. Oh no, she's taking advice from Sanson, chat. I'm still not really... It's not doing anything for either of us. It's still a pretty useless reward, but if you're turning this into a competition, I won't lose. Seriously? What, scared you'll lose? Is history your weakness or something? Ha! I'll have you know that I was the teacher's pet in every single history class I took. And I'll have you know that I was, no matter the subject, showered with praise from every master I ever had. Okay, if that's how you want to play it, I'll have you know that I was a prodigy in other classes too. I did great in art classes, pretty good in math too. I was just being humble because I didn't want to steal your thunder, Xichun. Oh then, let me tell you that I was trained in the mastery of at least 10 different disciplines every single day. And on one of those days, you know what one of my masters told me? He said, looks like Miss Xichun's finally getting a feel for how friendships close in age are forged in school. That's good. No matter how excellent her masters were, there are some experiences you just can't learn from teachers. ... I tick-tocked in response. Ugh. 'Tis year 505! What is the historical community's consensus on the most illustrious battle that Fixer Yu Fei is said to have partaken in? Allow me to impart to thee a major clue, if thou hast paid attention, as I discoursed upon the 5 pillages in which the Fixer Yu Fei was mentioned. It should not be a difficult question to answer. The honorable Fixer of the Cerulean Heaven, who attained triumph in the Battle of Rhino Tree in the year 465, hath said what when the worst ordeal she had to face in her career? I've got it. This is when she had to forge onward despite watching her dear comrades fall one by one as they held the line to buy her time. Darn it, I was too slow. Fee, young Xichun, thou art incorrect. Honorable Fixer of the Cerulean Heaven is recorded to have testified that the worst ordeal in her career was when she forced to stand before her enemies with hair that was not luscious
as the supply line breakage caused regular delivery of nutrition supplements to cease. What thou hath suggested, young Xichun, was her 17th most difficult ordeal. Oh no. She's speaking like she was actually there. I was gonna say she's old enough that she could have been, but then I forgot she's been locked in her room for literally all of time. An impression is quite understandable, for I am trained in the way of vividly regaling these tales. But most of these tales I have learned from books. Much did I anticipate an opportunity to regale these tales to such an audience, enough to study the ways of minstrels. There was a clear look of pride in her twinkling eyes. Yo, look at the poses! Time certainly flies when hearing the tales of exciting adventures. Yo. What was the secret technique Honorable Fixer Lysander employed in his resolution of the case of the Fey Forest? Speak its full name! Oh no, there are gonna be so many extra books added to the required reading list just because of all the names that Dawn and like other people are gonna drop. I've got it. It's a Summer Night Fantasia. Like this is gonna be another book or something like that. Ah, yet I cannot pass such an unmotivated retelling of his super ultimate move. Hardly could one internalize the true noble spirit of a fixer simply by reciting it with such apathy. Thou must recreate the exact same pose and enunciation. Oh no. Are you kidding me? Whew. Come on, you can do this, Xichun. You can do this. This is nothing. Illusion of a midsummer night shall devour thee whole! Dude, this is like a stand activation. Dude, literally a stand activation. Illusions of a midsummer night shall devour thee whole! Dude, this is crazy. Lysander, leader of Team Flare? True. Required reading list. All of Pokemon. Look at Dawn's little, like, handkerchief. Aww. That's probably just a Midsummer Night's Dream reference. Yeah, but that's another reading. That's another reading that has to be done. But yeah, dude, this is peak Summer Night Fantasia! Literally a stand activation. Thine enunciation was quite shaky upon the word illusions, yet thou hast demonstrated sufficient courage, thus I bestow upon thee this badge. I grow tired of this nonsense. Just how much longer are you planning to drag this on? Thus muttered the hero, then declared, I shall tear this evil storm asunder, and find a place for this blade at the center of thy heart. Dante, lights, left side! Gotcha! Don Quixote, who was watching Sinclair and Xichun's two-person play, silently wiped her tears away. Bravo, bravo! Certain minor details were missed, such as that Yu Fei, the fixer, was left-handed, and that he had a habit of playing with a lighter in his left pocket before every duel, yet 'twas a wonderful reenactment indeed. I have no other critique to impart upon thee. When faced with great adversary in thine adventures, rekindling the memory of Yu Fei, the fixer's final duel, remember it well. Thus cometh to an end the lessons of today. It was just for a moment, but I think I'm starting to get it. I get why she's so obsessed with the fixers. Clutched tightly in Xichun's hands were the badges Don Quixote had gifted to her. Yo! Dude, to Don Quixote, gifting Xichun the badges is like a marriage proposal. Like, those badges are the most important thing to her. I was completely absorbed in the exhilarating tales of fixers. I even forgot to breathe at one point. Xichun has grown. Sinclair has grown. Why is Sinclair here? Yi Sang! I learned how to be more true to myself by looking into the mirror. My name is Yi Sang. Xichun gains 60 max HP. Oh my gosh, wait, we're gonna, like, be buffing her the heck out. Wait, hold up. Hold up. Mid-Spring's Night Dream was the April Fool's name? Oh, okay. Read the Sinner's Teacher card to see the morale increase-decrease? Oh. Morale -6. Wait, +5. Whoa, +30 morale! Hold up! Hold up! They love Don Quixote! They love Don. I'm trying to add this to this one. Why can't I add this? This is a mandatory class. I know. They love Don Quixote. Hold up, chat. I mean, it's gotta be like this, right? We just max out Don? Right? Yeah. I love how this button does literally nothing except summon Sinclair. Because all of these stats are going to be exactly the same, no matter what, because they gain the same amount of stats. All that this button does is summon Sinclair. This is the funniest thing ever. This is the Sinclair button, chat. Oh no. Alright, anyways. Begin class. Boom! This is a component part taken from the structure that forms H-Corp. This may prove to be an opportunity to conduct an in-depth analysis on the nature of the former H-Corp singularity, which has been enduring for such a long time. Huh? You look kinda upbeat today, Miss Faust. Indeed, an opportunity to study the old H-Corp singularity is not one that comes often, as there was potential for integration into Miss Mephi. I made a request to disassemble a part of the bus's engine, but was denied. A shame. Aren't you the one who built Mephi, though, Miss Faust? Mephi is indeed Faust's work, but not all of it was mine. It is possible that Faust may never reveal every small detail that went into its creation. Yeah, because Satan also helped. The devil also made this bus. I would very much enjoy a chance to completely disassemble it, even its engines, so that it could be reassembled with my own hands. And not the devil. Yeah, sure. Combo! Oh! Well, that combo doesn't really work. Taxidermy geniuses! Faust, are you okay? Faust exploded, chat. It might be so over. Managed to learn various detailed mechanical fundamentals about H-Corp's technology. Yo? Oh, I thought our moral went up. So that's how it works. I think I get it. Didn't think this is how I'd get to learn more about the old H-Corp. I don't think I can do much against the reconstruction days right now, but this knowledge will certainly come in handy when the day comes for me to gradually dismantle that antiquitous thing. The day when Hongyuan can be a place where people live without fear. Dude, all I'm saying, Xichun, isn't P-Corp the safest place on Earth? Maybe you shouldn't name your place a place where people can live without fear. I feel like that's gonna, like, twist your words in some way. Without the fear of the encroaching reconstruction days. Without obsessively counting their rooms to see if they'll fall or not. Until Hongyuan can be a place where you can sleep with the promise of a safe tomorrow. I'm sure you'll put it off. Oh, and I learned a lot during this lesson too, Miss Faust. Bang! No! Faust exploded! No! The voltage must have been set too high. Repeating experiment with a different combination of fuses and wires. There was supposed to be a lesson somewhere in there, right? Oh no. I learned how to be more true to myself by looking in the mirror. Let's go. Done! Class success rate plus 40. Wait, you can fail classes? Uh-oh. We're at 100% morale again. Let's go! Be passionate and dream on. Fixer Tails has leveled up to expert. Plus 40 S. Oh my gosh. Bro, morality. My war tales. Gregor, we do not want you to trauma dump at us. That's the last thing we want, Gregor. Do not trauma dump at us. We do not want that. That does not sound fun. Please do not do that, Gregor. We will genuinely dislike it if you do that. That's, like, actually crazy. Oh, we get more stat gains as well. Uh-oh. Okay, well, Faust has to be here, because Faust is like a double combo. Should I do Dawn instead? No, I should wait to use Dawn when we need low... When we have low morality, so that I can buff morality. Although, I guess Dawn does kind of get... because Dawn stats aren't the best, so we need to change it. As long as you're over 70%, you'll be good? Okay. He was hired to trauma dump? Oh, no. Unlike some other classes, which were more on the upbeat side of things... Guys, I'm here to tell you about my stories in the war. They turned me into a bug. But not just me. All of my comrades were bugs too. My best friend and closest soldier, Toma. He used to make us food every single day. But he would struggle because both his hands were turned into bugs. This happened in the Smoke War. And man, to this day, it still really, really bugs me. The room's air fell grim and solemn as soon as everyone saw what Gregor had written on the chalkboard. On war. Losing a wing war leaves a much larger, long-lasting impact than some medium-sized enterprise closing shop. It might be too soon to talk about this, but we came pretty darn close to one recently, didn't we? We were this close to a large-scale war breaking out right here, which absolutely would have happened if Miss Xichun here failed to finish her ascension. It would have spread like wildfire, too. So my class is going to be about what exactly happens when a war... Oh. The pieces of chalk slipped from Gregor's fingers as he went to scribble something on the board. He's having PTSD? His left hand was trembling, as though the room's temperature had plummeted only for him. His left hand's gonna become bug, too? Man, why is it gotta... Excuse me, Miss CeeLo. Is it okay if I smoke? Go ahead. You good? Well, when else am I gonna get a chance to share the realities of war right to a wing chief executive officer's face, huh? The moment that just don't come off your skin, no matter how hard you scrub them. Hey, take a break if you need it. I'm gonna listen to every word you have to say here today, no matter how long it takes. Man, do I appreciate that sentiment. Well, still, though, I can't dilly-dally when Miss Xichun's got other stuff to deal with, huh? Oh no. So, let's take a look at how things were at the very beginning of the Wing War. Oh no. My friends were turned into a roly-poly and then dragonfly respectively, which was weird since the experiment was mainly using cockroaches as the base. True. Dog is just trauma dumping. He didn't even bring anything. He's just got his arm out and he's trauma dumping. Now I know enough about urban and trench warfare to give an explanation of my own. I mean, hey, he gave us good stats. And that's why the Smoke War fronts were mostly characterized by trench warfare. No one wanted to risk fighting in concrete jungles where they could be surrounded by enemies at all times, so everyone tried to draw each out to an open battlefield, which naturally turned into trench warfare. Of course, every wing has a different singularity, so this isn't really applicable to all cases. It's just the former G-Corp found flat plains easier to maneuver in. I feel like Yuan could make a pretty good use of Hongyuan as a defensive fortress, especially with its internal structure constantly shifting around, which the Hyushu know and use very... Wait! Former G-Corp? Wait, chat, wait. Isn't Herman the leader of N-Corp? Isn't Herman the leader of N-Corp? But Gregor was a soldier fighting for G-Corp. Was Herman the previous leader of G-Corp and then became the leader of N-Corp? I don't know. Huh? Why didn't old G-Corp use crabs instead of bugs? Because they weren't near the ocean. Interesting. Exactly. This should explain why they were hesitating outside Yuan. Remember the thumb fellas? The ones we met who were going in circles? Not to mention how the Hyushu all utilized the topography of Hongyuan differently, even if an outsider were to get a read on how one of the branches maneuvers around Hongyuan. As long as the 12 Yushu branches are standing, Hongyuan is unassailable. She's a top researcher, but not the head for both corps, if I remember correctly. No, I'm pretty sure she's the head of N-Corp. I'm pretty sure she's the head of N-Corp. But she might have been a top researcher at G-Corp and then became the head of N-Corp. But I'm pretty sure she is the leader. Oh, she's the group director! No, you guys are right, never mind. She's the group director. She's the leader of the League of Nine Literatures. Got it. Yeah, never mind. Got it. Yeah. Well, despite going into all that, I'm sure we all know what the best answer in all warfare is. Not having a war in the first place? I'll be honest, I can't stop thinking about some of the stories you've been telling us. I can't even imagine what it would have been like to have to not only witness it, but go through all of that. We did visit your Fathoms, Gregor, but that wasn't even the tip of the iceberg. Hold up! Confirmation! Gregor gets a second canto where we delve deeper into the Fathoms? We see more of what horrors he has witnessed? The city was devoured in smoke, its citizens in madness. He'd always shrug off those stories as ramblings of the past, but during the war, he stood at the center of the heartless machine that was the city. Its every gear calibrated to slaughterhouse precision to maximize the death of its people. There, he must have witnessed things far worse than the worst the city presently has to offer. His eyes gazed beyond the veil of the bygone past. Bygone past? Shaking relentlessly in pursuit of what was no more. Oh boy. Sorry, fellas. I'm afraid I got carried away, lamenting. Lament? What happened that I forgot this was supposed to be a class? I'll be sure to prep something more useful next time. No. Everything you told me really solidified my resolve. This chaos within Hongyuan needs to come to an end soon, lest something so horrible could happen. I'm heading to my next class. Wait for me! Even after the two students had left, Gregor lingered in that room for a while, lighting up cigarette after cigarette without erasing what he had wrote on the chalkboard. Smoke soon filled the room. Whoa, hold up! They're like building up Gregor to like be something, actually? Hold up? Also, hello sinner number 0, Jesus Christ? Well, you're ready to teach Xichun? Yes, it's time. He left only after almost emptying the entire pack. Gregor finally smokes. Anyways, it's time to have Faust explode! Wow! And then we laugh at her. Yippee! How does that not raise our morale? My name is Yizang. I made the mirror. Dude, hold up. All I'm saying... Chat, the reason that ProjectMoon made these sprites is so that people can make FNF mods. Hear me out. That is the reason. That must be the reason why. Surviving Hongyuan. I know it's a mandatory class, but like, I want Yi Sang here, because I feel like Yi Sang and Hong Lu will have some sort of like combo. And then I want Dawn here, so that we can get plus 40 now. That's crazy. So that we can add our morale at the end. And I know there's a combo between... There's not a combo between Dawn and Yi Sang. I'm just betting on this being a combo, I guess, then. And if it's not, we can add Faust back in. I don't think Gregor combos. Jesus Christ as a sinner goes crazy because he dies for all our sins. You know who else experiences the pain of death for the sinners? That's right, Dante. Chat, what if Dante is Jesus Christ? Think about that, Constantly experiences the pain of death for the sinners? Hear me out. What if Dante is Jesus? It shows combos after you do it? Oh. That sounded like Toby Fox. Chat, hear me out. Millie song with Toby Fox. Lindayu! How are classes going, Xichun? I'm not you, big bro. I pay attention in class. Oh, hello, Miss Dayu. Ooh, she was really insistent on helping me out, even though I refused because she looked preoccupied. The moment I found out about the contents of his lesson plan, I simply could not allow him to do this alone. Looks like it's gonna be another serious class. Honglu and Yi Sang combo is them spending the whole class period tongue wrestling. See, I didn't realize where that was going, and I had already started reading it, and then when I got to the end, you know what? Good for you, Key Lime. Good for you. I'm glad that this is your ideal ship. Apologies for the delayed greetings. Dayu of the Lin family formally extends her greeting to the venerable hierarch. Been a while since I heard that greeting around here. Wait, what about Big Sister Baochai? Are you sure it's okay for a Shu family bodyguard to be here? I am no longer employed as Miss Baochai's guard. She got fired? Wait, don't tell me we got you Everything I did that day, including accompanying you, was under Miss Baochai's orders. As for why she no longer needed my services, I don't understand myself. She suddenly let me go after the trouble was over. 'Cause she's being blackmailed? You love all the little character moments in this Intervalo? There are so many cool little things to point out. True. So, what's there for you to teach me, big bro? Your last lesson plan about not making things awkward got vetoed by Zilu, so you could have taught me a thing or two if we were still kids, but come on, you spent most of your time stuck in Hongyuan before leaving Hongyuan. I don't know what you could possibly have to teach me. Don't you worry, Xichun. This is the one thing I think I'm pretty good at. My lesson for Xichun and Sinclair is... In clear, neat handwriting, Hong Lu wrote Surviving Hongyuan on the chalkboard. Oh well, I don't think I need any help in that department from you. Look, I know you've had your share of assassination attempts, big bro, but GMU, I mean the previous hierarch, and the Elder's favor sheltered you from the worst of it. She's not wrong. Back when we had to fight our way through a bunch of sweepers, when we got swept away. Chat, Shi Yuha mentioned! Weren't you also one of the handful who got assassinated? Oh, that? I was wandering the hallways because I felt like something was off about my room. Until Dante told us all to go back to our rooms, of course. Wait, it was my fault? You do have some intuition, I'll give you that. Looks like I'm going to have to prove myself. Dayu, would you mind preparing the thing? You have my utmost faith, but please do practice caution. Sometime later, Lin Dayu appeared with 4 bowls, splashing with tea, before sprinkling some powder into one of them. What's that? That's powdered wolfsbane. I see where this is going. You're going to teach me how to tell which one of these bowls contains poison, right? You can stop now. I learned to recognize infamous poisons like wolfsbane when I was 7. If it was something as tame as what you are suggesting, Venerable Hierarch, haha, I would not have been here to accompany him. Lin Dayu continued her process, sprinkling wolfsbane powder into 2 more bowls. Hong Lu, who was watching that with an oddly content expression, closed his eyes. Please mix them up, Dayu. Okay, wait, what? We stared in confusion, but we could hardly tell what was going on, with the speed at which Lin Dayu swapped around the bowls. When we looked back at Hong Lu, there were 3 silver spoons in his hand. Yo? Those silver spoons were custom made at Deng Yuan's request, a must-have item for children of the 4 great houses. They can detect non-sulfuric poisons as well. Yeah, I know, they're actually what? It's nothing. They're part of the singularity? They're part of the singularity? In Hongyuan, where we are bested by threats of assassination from all directions. Knowledge alone isn't enough to save you. What the heck are you? But Honglu opens his eye before Jia Xichun can finish her sentence. Then he throws the silver spoons in his hands like throwing pins towards 3 of the bowls, and immediately chugs the 4th bowl, which he hadn't thrown a spoon at all. Holy cow, are you insane? You barely even checked them for... Shiren's newer tea is always delicious, even when cooled. The 3 silver spoons Honglu had cast earlier were slowly melting away, after quickly becoming tarnished black. Is wolfsbane poison supposed to melt through metal? People like to be thorough with their poisons in Hongyuan. Since everyone's been trained for immunity since childhood, you have to make a mixture of various poisons to have a real effect. Fine, I don't even want to argue. What's your secret? I want to know too, do they sound different or something? I just went with my hunch. Just a hunch? How are we supposed to learn that? We're not Heathcliff, you know? You'll get the hang of it after a few tries. I'll help you out. Shall we begin with 2 bowls? Bro's gonna poison us? I managed to tell the difference between bowls by reading Hong Lu and Daiyu's subtle tells. Yo! Courage to confront? Hold up, Yi Sang and Hong Lu do have a combo? Let's go. I see. When you say you just avoided whatever felt wrong with a hunch, you were reflexively identifying the threat by reading the room and connecting it to your intuitive experiences. You were using Miss Daiyu's anxious breathing to cue you in. So this is how you managed to survive for so long. So he just listens. He just, one might say, witnesses, while staying surrendered. Hold up. Oh no. Listen carefully, Xichun. I know that the adepts of each Hyushu will come to your aid with a flick of your wrist. And I know that your resistance, Non-Jian-Gu, will be engineered by the best craftsmen to become a safe fortress stocked to the brim with all kinds of useful boluses to perfect your life. Even still, there will come a day when you start to feel this creeping sensation, whose origin you can't identify, and when it does, I hope you won't brush off that sensation as nothing. AKA, Honglu is just telling her, be as paranoid as humanly possible, and always feed into your paranoias. Birds aren't real, the earth is flat, and everyone is out to get you. You're worrying over nothing. Jia Xichun whipped around away from Honglu as if to express dissatisfaction, but her softened expression told me that she was glad to see him worried. My name is Yi Sang. Yo, that's Dawn Beck! I learned to be more true to myself. Let's go, Master Yi Sang! Dawn! Zach, it would be funny to put Gregor and Ryushu together to hotbox the room. Oh no. All of our morale is back! Every 6 days, you will be subject to midterms prepared by the Board of Directors, Jia Yuanchun. A palanquin has been prepared to take you to the exam sites, and only by passing the tests may Jia Xichun retain her status as the family hierarch. My lady. Oh, don't worry yourself overmuch, Master Wei. You sound like you're at a funeral. You could make a table to keep track of possible combos. It will be 12 squares by 12 squares. I think that might be a good idea, but that sounds like a lot of work. Combos make logical sense, so you can math it out. I don't know. She will pass these tests with ease as long as she has been diligently taking her classes. No, I simply hope I can survive until she returns, cough. What the heck are they making Wei do? It seemed that Wei's rather funeral voice wasn't just out of his concern for Xichun. Wei, are you sure you're okay? I can't escape them, even in my dreams. The unfinished bundles of paperwork cascading over me like a storm, burying me. Okay, never mind, he's just being overdramatic. Steel yourself, for that was no dream at all. In fact, never have I once seen paperwork trained in the arts of airwalking until now. I must be severely sleep-deprived. Looks like we're not the only ones going through the ringer. Let's go! Whoa! Xichun has gained 1 defense level. Xichun's Jin Gang Bolus passive improved. Xichun learned the Inner Self passive. Yo! Where are your passives? Where's the Jin Gang? On Clash lose, gain protection? Gia? Beijiao Banana Bolus? Banana? Yo? Bonanza. She doesn't have Thorns. Yo? She's got a unique panic type? Why don't sinners get unique panic types? Hello? Versus Shihua something, I think. Don't worry, chat. We're versus Shihua something. It'll be easy. Wait, why is Sinclair's stats different? What the heck? I thought they gained stats at the same rate. What the heck? I guess they are different then, huh? Okay. Alright. Let's do the midterm. We got this. Hey, you're one of the Shi boys. It's Shihua something! Ha! We finally meet. I had hoped to fight you in the family hierarch war. If only my goat was here! If only my goat Shi Yuha was here! He would lead the Shi fan. Actually, we wouldn't be able to beat Shi Yuha. I am glad that Shi Huazhen or Shi Hua something is here, because Shi Yuha would have bodied us. If you'd run into me then. Isn't this supposed to be a sparring match? Why does it sound like you have personal grudge against me? Oh, it's nothing. Nothing at all. Why in the world would I ever hold a grudge against you? The results of the family hierarch war couldn't be any clearer, and everyone even remotely connected to the mess has all been dragged away and put under investigation. And hey, guess what? They dragged away half of my family, which means more room for me. I should really thank you, right? Dude, did they drag away Shi Yuha and Wang Dawei? Hopefully not, they're my goats. Honestly, why don't you just declare a war against the Shi family at this point? Wouldn't that be much easier? War's not easy, it never is. What are you on about all of a sudden? It's not something we should be talking so lightly about, even as a joke. Your family was arrested because they are under investigation for treason against Deng Yuan. If there is an innocent, I'm sure they'll be released soon enough. I know it's pretty much a given that they'll all be ruled as guilty, regardless of what really happened. You know I can't even pay them a visit because you've hidden their cells all over Hongyuan. They're not hidden. All holding cells within Hongyuan have always been designed to move around in very short intervals. You know that doesn't seem like the kind of design would lead people to make some unfortunate assumptions, though. Though I'm sure the initial purpose was to prevent escape. I recently gained a better understanding of Hongyuan's structure, so I'm planning to change our policies so that prisoners still on trial are allowed to have fixed locations. Really? Where'd you... I was lucky enough to take a few excellent classes recently. Managed to reflect upon myself a bit, too. You did change a little. Still, you better not expect me to go easy on you. I've got my own things to take care of. Good, come on, let's do this. Manly, illustrious fixers of the past have said that naught but disparagement awaits unjust victories. The Xichun Fumo! The poor other candidates. The purest form of zero identity fodder. Introduced after 00 stop being a thing. All I'm saying, my goats Shi, Yuha, and Wang Dawei would get a 3-star ID. And they'd combo with each other, kind of like how full stop Heathcliff and full stop Hong Lu work together. Wang Dawei and Shi Yuha would combo with each other. And a 3-star Shu Pan would also be in the game. It would work, chat. Think about it. That's what would happen, chat. That's what would happen. Sinclair would get the Shi Yuha ID. Yi Sang would get the Wang Dawei ID, and Heathcliff would get the Shu Pan ID. That's how it would work, chat. That's how it would work. My goats. Alright, let's go. I guess we just automatically hit the button. We hit the gong. Oh, this guy's dead. This guy's cooked. Bro thinks he stands a chance? We need more 2-star identities. We need 3-star family hierarch IDs. We need family hierarchy IDs, chat. I don't know why we got so many, honestly, stupid Hyushu instead of family IDs. I have to reflect on myself? None other than myself? It's voiced? Let's go. But I really wanted family IDs, and we're not gonna get any. And it's really sad. Unless the next Intervalo is in Hongyuan as well, but I feel like we're gonna start focusing on Ryushu more, leading up to Kanto 9. And also, we would only get 2 IDs, so that's kind of sad. Anyways, we're slaughtering this guy. This guy's getting absolutely bodied, bringing shame to the Shi family. Shi Yuha absolutely solos you. Bro is in his ascended form. Can't even do any damage. Do you think they give Dante a little mini gong to bang on? No, it's a full-sized gong. It's a full-sized gong. And Dante has to hit it with a giant mallet every single time, and he's like, ow! Ow! And it hurts their back. It hurts their back every single time. Oh, staggered. Absolutely bodied? Absolutely soloed? Literally no contest? We didn't get hit once? Good for you, you won. Now stop giving me that look and get out of here. You lost most of your clan during the family hierarch war, didn't you? They better not say that my goat Shi Yuha's dead. I better not complete this Intervalo, check the wiki, and see underneath Shi Yuha and Wang Dawei deceased. I better not see that. Yeah, so what? Are you calling me a penniless loser? Yeah. You little... And I'm sure that's what I look like to you, too. I don't want your... Sorry. Every clan member who died in the evaluation to have died for nothing. If I show weakness, that means I'm making everyone who participated in the evaluation look weak. So, I'm going to win. And I'm going to win without the fertile soil my predecessors have left behind. Because their legacy was unjustly nourished by the blood and tears of Hongyuan itself. Shi Huazhen, you are tenacious, determined, and strong of will. That must be why everyone stood by you, down to the last man. Bro! I don't care about this guy! Show me Shi Yuha! Start hyping up my goat! He's been dead? He's not dead! He's not dead! He literally survived! He literally survived! He literally survived! Where was that confirmed? I know Bao Chai eliminated him in the dungeon, but they all have life insurance. They do have life insurance. He did survive, chat. He literally, like, it's not that alright, Bao Chai didn't even eliminate him. Him and Bao Chai both, like, destroyed each other. Like, they both, like, canceled each other out. Bao Chai's back. He was eliminated, yes, but he wasn't killed. Alright, they had different announcements for eliminated and killed. Killed and eliminated were separate. He's probably in court or something. I don't think he knew about the coup. You knew my name? Ma'am? True, it's Shiha something. I do. So, what do you think? Want to make them sing your name in glory for the remaining history of Hongyuan? True. No, I want to have Shi Yuha's name be sung in glory. I don't care about that guy. Is Ahab still here? Oh no. Zilu said they found him after Kanto 8 with his head split in half vertically as he was part of a plot the mastermind wanted to silence him? No, I don't... no, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Nope. Nuh-uh. 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 That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Nope, the wiki, this entire time. Hold up. No. Shi Yuha, please, no. Hold up, I gotta find it, chat. I gotta find it. No, it's not true. It's literally not true, chat. People are lying. Hold up, I'm pulling up the wiki, but also all of my tabs got, like, literally disappeared. I don't know why. Not tabs, my, like, stuff on my computer. Chat, please. Please. We're here. Please. He's not. Yes! Yes, my goat! My goat's still alive! It says it right here. The wiki can never be wrong. The wiki could never be wrong. You are all wrong, chat. My goat lives on. It says it right here. My goat can survive anything, chat. My goat can survive anything. No. My goat, Xichun. My goat, and you know what? Hey, my goat Xichun's alive. That's all that matters. Is that the official wiki? That is limbuswiki.gg, which is the most up-to-date wiki. That's not the fandom wiki. Xichun is alive, chat. Is that the official wiki, though? Yes, it is. It's the official wiki. Or maybe nobody cares enough about Xichun to update it, but I'm pretty sure they would have updated it. You know? There's no way. I refuse to believe it, chat. My goat is not dead. Well, there's gonna be a combo between these two. Like, that's very obvious. But I don't want to use Dawn yet because, she needs to... Ooh, wow. Okay, 13. That's really good. I really want that so I can, like, boost Ren as much as possible. This boosts G a lot. I think that's a good idea. Well, the wiki is wrong in that aspect? No. That's not true. Xichun is alive. Heard you managed to come out on top in your first sparring match. Congrats. Thanks. I gotta admit, your classes are definitely coming in handy. I like your attitude. Well, shall we take a look at what I prepared for today? You're teaching about exploring, huh? It's gonna be an indoor class? Yup, exploring. Where should I begin? It's a very big subject. Free soloing the top of the highest building in Hongyuan, surviving 10 days in Hongyuan's backstreets with only 3 items. I had plenty of ideas, but most of them got denied. And rightly so. And that's when I realized that exploring isn't always limited to adventures in the physical space. A few weeks ago. So, I'm just here to fill in, since this game needs a certain number of players, but... Really? Can you really call this tabletop game an adventure? Ishmael plays D&D? Yet, in games of make-believe, any simulacra can be made as real as... Ah, what a move. Ooh, nice. I'm gonna roll for damage. Yo! The Limbus Company sinners play D&D? Literally peak? Gah! Young Ishmael, thou hast absolutely plummeted the Gorgon beast with thy fireball spell, rendering it most crispy. Yo, Don Quixote as the DM goes crazy, though? It was a formidable foe. That was wonderfully executed, Miss Ishmael. Huh? Really? Well then, as my next move, also Gorgon? Reference to the Odyssey? Reference to Otis? Hold up. And that's how you came up with this? I've played a few other games, but this is new for me too. I'm still pretty new in general, I guess. Yo, we're gonna learn D&D? Zygong, the first thread to find, is the influential individual within the Shi family who ordered Xichun's execution. That doesn't mean he's dead. That just means that he had his head cut off. Remember, when somebody's executed, they don't, like, die, you know? I don't know. He's not dead. Nobody but you cares about Xichun? Yeah, and I want him to live. I want him to survive. This is called Jiangnu Journeys, or J&J. It's a popular game among Hongyuan's youth. It's gotten generally positive reviews, too. Yo, J&J? What Ishmael so proudly presented before everyone appeared to be a board game with numerous cards and minifigures. Okay, what do these huge piles of paper have to do with exploration? Rule number 1. The most experienced player among those gathered becomes the JM. The JM? Yeah, the James Master. The Journey Master. The Journey Master designs the story around the player's choices, sets the stage for what happens next, and generally helps guide the explorers to safely arrive at their goals. That's why the most experienced player takes that role. It's so funny. I forgot that, like, Dungeons and Dragons was copyrighted. So they legally do have to make it J&J, but it's so funny. Oh no. Which would be me. Wisdom, strength, dex. Each character seemed to have these things called stats. Looks like we have to pick from a set of pre-made characters for this one. Oh, Sinclair has played D&D before. He's like, I want to make my own character. So, I'm supposed to be playing this character's role? The role of villain? Sinclair and Xichun picked up their cards with confusion clear in their eyes. You arrive at the great city of Yanyun, Smoke Cloud, a place known to be the gathering hub for all kinds of influential people. You traveled here in search of a, legendary treasure called, the Tianya Sword, the Sword of the Far Land. The city of Yanyun? Huh, cool. So why are we looking for that sword again? Phew, it's because, so there's this legend in Yanyun about how the Sword of the Tianya Sword is the only way to quell the chaos of these lands and bring peace to its people. And also, about how having that sword is proof of the true leader of these lands, and so forth. So on and so forth, you know? I show up, I'm like, hello, I'm sorry that I'm late for the J&J session. It's me, Xehanort. Alright, whose hands are we gonna steal today? Ishmael was stuttering and stammering through the introduction without her usual confidence. I see, this city called Yanyun must be in a lot of trouble too. Seemingly affected by the oddly familiar setting of this story, Xichun nodded solemnly, without noticing Ishmael's stumbling through the introduction. Well, you know how it is. The point is, you guys need to go find that sword. Then I will claim the Tianya sword no matter what it costs me. Xichun nods with determination. We are taking Chris's hands? True! Chat, the reason that Chris's hand is gonna be gone is because Xehanort is gonna take it. Oh, gosh, one of these days I really do want to play D&D on stream. I want to bring Xehanort to life and I want to bring Xehanort into the Mast3r Zak universe. Xehanort is such a cool and fun character. Basically, it's the character I play every time I play D&D. I always play the same character because I literally have found the perfect character to play. I have found the perfect character to play. His name is Xehanort, and he is a warlock, and he has a personalized afterlife, like a bubble, like kind of like 15 to 20 feet around him, that is just an afterlife, and it's got people in it. And, like, they can choose to leave if they want, or they can choose to stay. They have karaoke every Wednesday. It's pretty cool. It's so good. Xehanort is such a cool character. Also, he tries to take people's hands. No reason. He just wants to. Xehanort is so cool. Xehanort is so cool. You should play Stars of the City. It's a ProjectMoon fan tabletop RPG. True. That's really edgy, Zach. It's really not. Xehanort is not a, like, edgy, like, oh, I'm, like, a sick and twisted, like, evil guy, and, like, oh, I'm gonna do evil things. No, Xehanort is the epitome of chaotic neutral. So many people play chaotic neutral characters because they're like, oh, I just want to be able to do whatever I want at any moment. No, wrong. Chaotic neutral characters can do anything, but they still have to stick to a specific set of, like, what they would do. But yeah, Xehanort's not edgy. He's really funny. Not, like, purposefully, but, like, dude, he's just kind of there. He's just, like, a guy. He's, like, pretty happy all the time. He likes to talk to the enemies, because he doesn't really value life. It's really, like, he's got, like, not his own life, but he doesn't value, like, he doesn't see other people, like, he sees them as living, but, like, that doesn't really, like, it's hard to explain, but it's a really fun character to play. So many funny circumstances and things. Yeah. It sounds edgy. I never said you played an edgy character. No, he's really funny. It's just Xehanort. He's got a pact with his thing without selling his own soul. He just kind of has his own afterlife and he just has karaoke sometimes on Wednesdays. And then also, it's one of those things where I have to talk to the DM beforehand to just, like, get a lot of my stuff confirmed, because it is a character that does need a little bit of homebrew, because a lot of the things with the character aren't, like, technically allowed, but it's one of those things where it's, like, it's balanced in a way where it's not actually a benefit for me to have these things happen, and it's more so a benefit for the DM to be able to use as, like, story leverage. But yeah. We play D&D! What a wonderful world of adventure that was. I'm so excited for our next session. I mean class! Let's go! From the rumors you've gathered, it seems that the Kenshan Keep may have heard of the whereabouts of that sword. What will you do? I walk up to the Kenshan Keep, chat him up, and try to gain his trust. Are you sure? Remember, your whiz is extremely low right now, which means that you'll find it hard to form even the simplest sentence. Wrong! You use your charisma stat! Also, that's why I also love playing Warlock, because I love the charisma stat, because another funny thing that happens to me whenever I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons is that, whenever, for some reason, this is like a curse on my, like, IRL person. For some reason, whenever I roll in combat, I roll insanely low. Like, I've gotten to the point where I've rolled, I think it was, like, 5 nat 1s in a row. Just continuously. Like, on each of my turns, it will be a nat 1. Like, just, oh, I can't do anything, and something bad happens to me. Everyone else's turn. Oh, it happened again. Oh, it happened again. I roll so bad. I've had so many battles where I will just always roll under the DC, and I'll just never be able to do anything. However, on the flip side, outside of combat, I just roll insanely high. I don't know what it is, but outside of combat, I'll, like, get, like, insane rolls. I got 4 nat 20s in a row, charisma checks, all of them. Like, I couldn't be told no, basically. It was crazy. Like, I was just goated. I literally... It's like a curse on me, but it's so funny. And it fits so well with Xehanort. It's great. Yeah. What if I found a different way to gain the Kenshan Keep's trust that doesn't involve sweet-talking him? I do have a pretty high strength stat, which would give me access to certain alternative methods of persuasion that doesn't require skill in speechcraft. Hold on. I'll try to convince the Kenshan Keep. I think I've got a decent chance at this. My whiz is pretty high. D&D dice! And you pass the check. The Kenshan Keep looks at you, having lowered his guard. Oh, no. Oh, not you, Sinclair. He's still pretty wary of you. Okay, then. I guess I'll just stand in the corner, over there. Unsheath my weapon, and play around with it for a bit. That's what he expects me to do anyways, isn't it? You're just role-playing Heathcliff now, aren't you? Oh, no. The Kenshan Keep shares some information about the sword, the sword he heard. He explains that the party should seek the northeast towards Yinshi Cloudrise Mountain. But, what's this? Tears begin to well in the Kenshan Keep's eyes as he continues explaining. Apparently, a patrolling guard beat his son pretty badly, just for loitering around the guard. The wound is pretty severe, so he needs medicine, but he can't seem to find any. Oh no. That's too bad, but we've got a job to do. Since we have what we came here for, we leave the Kenshan. Well, they say that JMs aren't supposed to interfere with the player's choices, but let's be honest, I would have made the same choice. You can't stop and help for every little side quest, when there's a whole lot of adventure to go through. And this is where playing chaotic characters is fun. Because then I just go, okay, I will cure your son. Can I have your hand as payment? Like, can I cut your hand off? And then my group will be like, no, you can't. And I'll be like, oh, okay. We'll still help, though. I remember when we saved a group of, like, innocent people in one D&D game that were, like, being, like, held by these people. And they're like, oh, however can we repay you? And I'm like, can I have your hand? Can I cut off your hand? It's such a funny bit, because everyone else, even the players, even the DMs, is like, what is he planning with this? What is he doing with it? Like, why is he doing this? There's no reason! Spoiler alert! It's just really, really funny. And Xehanort feels like he has to do it. I don't know, he just does. I so want to play D&D again one day. And stream D&D, maybe. No, we're not leaving. I'm going to get him that medicine. What? After a few turns of various trials and tribulations for Sinclair, the Kenzen Keep's son, who fortunately was able to recover, hears your story and hesitantly shares what he knows. You realize that he's talking about the fairy Yao Guai, guardian of the Tayanya sword. He explains that the fairy Yao Guai's power grows under bright moonlight. Hold on, isn't it full moon right now? Then we should wait until the sky is overcast. Hearing that, the innkeeper's son takes a quick look at the clouds, then tells you that it might be raining in about a week. Glad we helped him out. Whew, okay, let's make sure we're prepared before we go. You're gonna have to roll a 15 or higher to hit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Sinclair, you got a lot. Sinclair's so nervous. Oh, no. I like how that he's got gloves so he doesn't bite his nails anymore. Oh, no. JoJo Part 4 villain, I did base it initially off of Kiryu Shikage, but not the whole character, just the hand-stealing part, but over time, it grew into something more. Xehanort has become, like, an actual, like, character that I don't want to, like, mess up. But, like, not in the, like, oh, I'll never use him, but no, I'll, like, keep using him because he's, like, actually a really cool character. I have other character ideas, too, like, if I ever have to use them, but I always just end up going back to the well that is Xehanort, because it's just so fun. I know, I'm focused. Hey, I rolled a 16! With a final singular strike from Xichun, the fairy Yao Guai finally falls to the ground, defeated. Yes, the Tayanya sword is ours! Excited, the party runs up to the sword, embedded deep in the earth, and grabs enthusiastically upon the hilt. With this, we can... However, the defeated fairy Yao Guai, who the party assumed was dead, suddenly jumps to its feet and lunges at Xichun, who just pulled the sword from the ground. No! I quickly get between Xichun and the monster. But if that crits, it's gonna be pretty deadly, even for you. Let's see if you can make the evasion save. 1. Another 1. Nope, it's a critical fail. It's okay. Sinclair falls to the ground, bleeding profusely from the gaping wounds. The Yao Guai lies still as well, the final vestiges of its strength completely spent. You gotta go to bed? Night, y'all? Alright, you have a good sleep, Alexiel. Sinclair! Why did he get bloody in real life? Who hit him? Go on without me. Take that sword. And go down to the village. Become the leader they need. That sword as your proof. No, this sword wouldn't mean anything without my adventuring buddy. I'm gonna bandage Sinclair up and carry him back. I won't leave him behind and descend the mountain all on my own. Wait, if that's your choice, then, yeah, the bleeding stops as soon as you wrap him up. He's just that sturdy, you know? That strike would have killed pretty much anyone, but you know how healthy he is. Huh? On your feet, Sinclair. We're getting out of here, together. Grab on my shoulder. That's it, step by step. Hey, Xichun, look over there. Everyone we helped and saved on our journeys come to welcome us home. You're right. If it weren't for you, Sinclair, I never would have stopped and talked to every single villager there to hear out their troubles. True! This is literally what I do in D&D. Sinclair literally did what I do, where I just go out when it's not combat and just go into the village. And I just do stuff. I don't necessarily help them, but I just do stuff in the village, and I just have fun. And I'm just like, hey you, hi, all this random stuff. And everyone else is like, oh, we should go fight things, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna talk to people. The sword was only a symbol all along. All of our efforts and the experience we gained in our journey for the sword, were what taught me how to be a good leader, not the sword itself. You're right. The real success of this adventure was the friends we made along the way. Was everyone's efforts along the way. Wait, it actually was. I feel like the game overtook the class at some point along the way. And then Yi-Sang's here. I have a very precious time learning to converse with my inner self. Whoa, 43! That's crazy. Uh-oh. Faust explode. Prep time, yo. Expert. Yo. One offense. Crimson Phoenix, yo. Hold up. What's Crimson Phoenix? Crimson Phoenix, second form. Rupture. What's the first form? Oh, I guess we did get second form. Because we had first form before. Okay. Interesting. Your character is like, you're my friend now. Let's eat tacos later. Yeah! Oh, it's so great! Because one of the things that I like to do is whenever a sentient character, like humanoid sentient character, dies within a certain like radius of myself, I always ask the DM if I can roll a d20 so that I can like to see if they've gotten caught in my afterlife, and then I'll randomly like, you know, just get an extra person in my little afterlife. They can always leave if they want to. They can leave. But if they don't actively choose to leave, they will just be in my like little bubble afterlife. It's so funny. It's such a great character. Alright, now we can choose, like, whoever. I want Yi-Sang. No, I want... What combos do I have? How do I only... Okay, I thought I only had 2 combos. Okay, I want to do Ishmael. Because I know Ishmael's going to have a combo with Dawn. I'm gonna... Actually, no. We're gonna do this, we know that you have a combo with you, and that you also have a combo with you, so I'm gonna have you, and then you. Nope, nope. You. Yeah! Skills upgrade as teachers improve, and then we're gonna get plus 40, chat. Dude, this is gonna be insane. So how is Sinclair still 2 points behind? What the heck? Anyway, day 8. Let's go, we're going fast now! Uh-oh, morale is okay. Uh-oh, the horses are upset. The horses aren't happy. Oh, never mind, they still are. It's fine. Dawn! We got, like, no stats, but we gained all of our morale again. Yo, 60 max HP, min and max speed as well. Yo. Hold up. Oh my gosh. No, please go back so that I can get more. Oh, I shouldn't have done Dawn, because then we would have gotten... We already get the increased morale. Darn it. Oh, darn it. Okay, I want to see. Does Dawn and Ishmael don't have one? Okay, chat, whoever said this was like an official shipping chart, you're actually genuinely incorrect, because Dawn and Ishmael do not have a combo, which is kind of crazy considering that Dawn is doing a D&D game, or Ishmael doing a D&D game, and Dawn is like doing like stories. Like they're basically doing like the same thing. But yeah, no. Meursault is goated. Go with Dawn again. I assume Meursault and Dawn probably have some combo, but like morale plus moral, I don't know. At the very least, I want someone who drains moral in between them. Go with Dawn again or Ishmael. I'll do Ishmael and you so that we can get the morale drain. Also, why does Yi-Sang not give any XP? Oh, this is XP for the people. Yeah, he's not getting any XP because he's not he doesn't need to level up. It's not XP for these people. Got it. I see. Yeah, we'll do Ishmael. I think Ishmael's pretty good. Begin class. In regards to every activity, involvement of unnecessary emotions and personal judgment is wasteful. I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that. Then I will share an excerpt from Sinclair's exchange with the manager, 32 days ago. Begin quote. Huh? 32 days ago? What? Excuse me, Dante. I'm sorry to have, ask you this, but most of us are fatally wounded, so can you please turn the clock just one more time? End quote. Unnecessary interjections weighed down your request. Wow, that's pretty bad. Did I really stutter that badly? It is a waste of time to involve emotion when delivering unfavorable news. The same message could have been delivered with merely 2 words. We failed. Let us commence field practice. Do not ask me a single question for the next 5 minutes. Huh? Well, okay, sure seems easy enough. Yo, Mersault angry? Hold up. Also, when they reached master rank, they gave Xichun a special passive. Oh, interesting. Dude, the first time we've ever seen Mersault angry. Suddenly, Mersault let out a cry as he clutched his chest, then fell to the floor. Are you okay? Mersault, you okay? His eyes snapped open. Task failed. 5 minutes have not passed. You're cheating. This reminds me of the incident Sinclair had so desperately wished to hide. What? What? Who wished to what? Despite your belief that no one would ever find out your secret, there was one person who got to the bottom of the incident. Uh-oh. Come on, just what did you see? Failed again. 9 to 5. Took the class. My name is Yi Zhang. I made the mirror. 9 to 5. Let's go, expert! Let's go. Crimson Spring skill improves. Slash resistance. Can she even take any... Yes, it's normal now! Dude, we got so many experts. Let's do you. Wait, hold up. What are our combos so far? Okay, you. Whoa! Oh, plus to young. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, it's Gia Xichun specifically. That's why Sinclair does not have as much. Because there's a specific, like, Gia Xichun stat up. All stats. Class success rate plus 40 is kind of crazy. Combos are done even at the end, yo. I'll do Gregor. And I gotta think of who we had. Gregor. We didn't have Mersault yet. So I'm gonna do Gregor, Ishmael, Mersault. Because I think that... Actually, I'll do... You know what? I'll do Gregor, Hong Lu, Mersault. Hear me out? Because we didn't have either of these people. Hold up. You want this to be voiced already? True. 20 morale restore. Do we have max morale? But you know what? Wing employees of the month? That's good to know. Nothing? That's crazy. All stats plus 1. Okay. Uh-oh. You. Actually, you know what, chat? It has been 3 hours. You guys said it saves, right? It automatically saves? Do Ishmael and Bug Boy? Yeah, I probably should have done that. I don't know, I just thought that Hong Lu might have, like, some combo. See if something is there. Manager's doing poorly with finding combos. But yeah, I might... You guys said that this saves, right? So if I leave, it'll still save, right? Okay, yeah. To win it, because it has been 3 hours. I think I will call the stream here today. Save your class progress. True. Dude, this game mode's actually really cool. And it gives me hope that there will be new game modes in the future. There are going to be new game modes in the future. Which is... Whoa, what the heck was that? Which will be literally peak. Also, how is this only the, like, 4? Like, there's going to be, like... It's up to 12, chat. I guess that's just all the fights we have to do. Also, we ended up using none of these, so I'm going to do that. Chat, we've not gotten a single reward. Oh, achievements! Oh! Hold up, this is how we get the things! Okay. Tip-top morale, 7 days in a row. Yi sang 3 times. Hold up, chat. How many achievements have we actually gotten? Wow, there aren't a lot of achievements. If I'm gonna be completely honest, there are not a lot. And you're telling me that I need... How much? Huh? Just remember, Yuha is canon gone. He's never going to appear again. False. Yuha is still alive. He's goated. That's why you said get 800 in all stats? Oh, no. Dude, this event is... How am I gonna get all this stuff? Oh my gosh. I guess we're farming mirror dungeons at some point, chat. I guess we're farming mirror dungeon, because... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're gonna have to, like, add a patch or something, because there's no way, chat. There's no way. Anyways. With that... Oh, wait! Am I stupid? Chat, am I stupid? Does the reward exchange increase when with the event? There's no way, right? Would I get increased reward exchange with this? No, cause I already have a Sinclair on my team. No. Do Limbus Company every day. Oh no. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna call it a day here. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. We're gonna be continuing this event soon, probably, but I don't know if I'm gonna stream it tomorrow or the next day or the next. We'll see. I also do want to do some more streams with friends soon, so that should be fun as well. But when I'm not doing that, I probably will be grinding this event, because oh my goodness. That's a lot. We need a lot. Also, completing the story. Seems like it will take a while as well. But yeah, with that, thank you guys for watching. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Make sure you all stay safe out there. And I'll hopefully see you all later. Bye!